Nothing here to see, just a kid like me, trying to cuss and see, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm here trying to figure it out. Getting hard to sleep, blood is in my dreams. I was killing me, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm still in here trying to figure it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth, the TSR Speed Shop Podcast, with your host, the often imitated but never duplicated, the Ayatollah of the radio controller, Tim Smith.
I let it go, cause I won't see you later when we're not allowed to talk it out. I said I'd go, promise I won't show, but I'm still trying to figure it out. I broke my shoe, take the plan on you, but you didn't know I planned it out. I said I'd go, yeah, I won't see you later when we're not allowed to figure it out.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Tim Smith. It's him, Colin Branch, and this, of course, is the TSR Speed Shop RC Podcast. Yeah, Colin. Woo. Again. While the music plays out, I'm going to make it clear that, dude, why was this show so hard to have? And even now, it's not even what it was supposed to be, so...
There was nights where I was sitting down here, I was all set up, I ran home from work, got set up, and I'm sitting here and I'm texting Tim, okay, I'm ready. Oh, we have to cancel tonight.
Yeah. I had some internet issues one time. I was running late, I had a lot going on at work another time. And then we're having Ray on, and he works for an airline, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's, I guess for a guy you call him a flight attendant, right? I think
guess.
Maybe he's a flight attendant, maybe, but he's kind of a big old dude. So, you know what I mean? Like most of them are small, kind of, you know, because there's not a lot of room on a plane. That's all I'm trying to say.
They used to have regulations for that, but I think they got rid of it because they might have gotten sued.
Yeah.
Discriminating against the normal sized people.
No kidding. So Ray was going to join us tonight because this is kind of we're just going to have like a listener celebration. I don't know, just turned into that. And then it became kind of a Christmas show and it's all kinds of stuff. And I don't even know if we're going to have another show before the end of the year. Because I don't know how much we're going to really do unless the RC world always does give some fun things to talk about. Holy shit. But, yeah, I don't know. So me and Colin are just going to do this show. We're going to talk about a whole list of things that we got, questions that we got. Ray messaged me a little while ago, and so he's on a flight somewhere, and I guess the flight got delayed or whatever, and so he's running behind, so he doesn't think it's going to happen tonight. So I told him, well, I mean, if it doesn't, we're going to record. We got to do it and get it done. And if not, then we have him on the next time. Comes on, we hang out. Bullshit. Ray's cool, dude.
We could do another one next week.
He's done RC for a long-ass time at a pretty high level, does boats at a pretty high level. So, yeah, he's an RC dude, big time. So, yeah. So.
A lot has happened recently.
Dude, I feel exhausted already.
Season, of course. All of that.
It is silly season. Yeah.
We could do a whole show just on silly season, honestly.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, our world is really wrapped around RC drag racing. And so we only have a few people in this realm that are big enough, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, that if they jump ship and go somewhere, really, no one really, you know what I mean, cares. Yeah. There's only a few guys even in off. There's only a few guys everywhere, I guess, in all the little pockets of RC. But in drag racing, there's only a few. And as far as I know, all those people are just kind of just like me. They're all kind of where they are. That's that.
There was one big change.
Mark?
That's about it.
Mark Vine? Yeah. I didn't put him in the news notes. I should have. But yeah, there is one. You're right.
Don't worry, Mark. I got you.
Thanks, man, because I totally blew that one all over the place. Because I was just thinking, was there anybody? Oh, no. Yeah, Mark. I watched the freaking video. Or I listened to it, rather, when I was driving down to San Diego to go testing over the weekend. That's right. Mark left Phantom and Tekin, technically. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he was really on with Tekin. You know what I mean?
How that all works.
Yeah, I don't know what all his deals were. Right. I want to talk about that, too. Because I want to talk about sponsorship and deals and a lot of stuff, and especially the last, 24 or 48 hours or so of the internet alone has spurred me to want to say a few things. So, because I see a lot of people talk that don't really know. And I feel like, and especially you too, Colin, I know all the levels of sponsorship. I have lived them all, and I live in the supreme penthouse of them now. And that's a fucking fact. I can tell you right now, without getting into details, you would shit yourself, right? Really. For toy cars, it's ridiculous. So, I certainly have probably one of the best opinions on the matter. Maybe not because I'm so close, but I have experienced it all, and I can tell you what's real and what's not. I know what's real. So yeah, there's some of that. So we got questions and just general RC stuff.
Christmas party you went to, which I'm jealous of.
I did go to a Christmas party. The Christys, Kyle and his beautiful wife Sandy, and their young stud of a son Riley, driving machine. Well, I guess them, and actually I think it's probably moreover Sandy's mom. I saw pictures of Sandy in high school.
No way.
Yeah, dude, it was the best ever. It was the best ever.
I mean, that was only a couple years ago.
I know. So she didn't look that much different. Black hair, same thing. So they, I guess her mom, or all of them, they have this big annual Christmas party, and they've been having it for many years. 7 or 8 years, I guess, or more. And it's a pretty big deal. And I was told because of COVID and stuff that there was a third of the people that are normally there. It seemed plenty full to me. There was a lot of people there. We even had I saw
some videos and it looked pretty fun.
Yeah, we even had a couple cops show up because apparently people are related to cops there. And so a couple of them came by and ate while they did their paperwork in the middle of their shift, which was pretty cool. It was nice. They came by and they deep fried 2 turkeys, which I got to cut all up. I was the master carver.
And you did. That's right up your alley.
It is. And let's see, two deep fried turkeys. Somebody made lasagna that was freaking amazing. It was so good. God, I mean, I don't want to go through all the food because it's just going to make me hungry, but there was all kinds of food and stuff. And so they had fire things set up outside, like fire pits, and everybody was just kind of hanging out and BSing and drinking a little. And then they had a big gift exchange, like a white elephant, you draw your name and draw a gift or whatever. So yeah, it was a good damn time, man. It was.
I saw the game you guys were playing with all the little prizes wrapped up in saran wrap.
That was the funnest game. I've never seen that game before. What they do is, I'll try to explain this game to you, especially if you saw the video.
I've never seen it either. I was blown away. I was
they had a couple of games like that. So cool. It was so simple. So what they do is they take they started off with down in the very, very bottom was, I think a, what are those little cameras called?
GoPro?
Yeah, like a GoPro.
Jesus, who funded that?
I don't know. So there was, I don't think it was a GoPro, but it was maybe it was a GoPro. I don't know. But that was it seemed like that was the last gift, right? And so then they start wrapping pieces of cellophane around it. Not just one continuous piece.
One big string.
Yeah, maybe about a foot long or so. And then every few pieces so they stuff another gift in and keep wrapping and stuff another gift in. Right. And then so it's just this ball about the size of a basketball. And you can see candies and gifts and all kinds of shit throughout the whole thing in there. And so what they do is you all stand up around a big table, right? So the ball's in the between all of you. And one person takes the ball and they start trying to find, you can't tear it, you can only unpeel it, you can't dig into it. So you've got to just fucking search for a little place where you can find it and start pulling it off. And you're freaking out trying to go. And so the person next to you to your left, they have a set of dice and they're rolling the dice. And as soon as they roll doubles anything, you have to stop and give them the ball, and then they get a start. And the person next to them starts rolling the dice. And that's kind of how the game works. And so, yeah, it lasts a pretty good time, a long time. And whoever did it did a great job because, man, that cellophane was so hard to get off of that thing.
You can't use the cheap shit. You got to use.
Yeah, and it was sticky, and they would tear it, so it'd be all stringy and torn. And one person would get a piece started, and you try to grab. Like I would watch the person next to me as I'm rolling the dice, trying to see where they're leaving off. Oh my goodness, I didn't get anything. I got a couple pieces of candy. I think is all I got. Yeah. So, but that was a fun ass game. We did have a good time. That was a good time.
It looked fun. I think that would be like kind of hard to put together. You have to put some time into that.
You had to put some time into that. Yeah. Something else they did that was cool was they during the white elephant thing, they had like 3 or 4 gifts that were return gifts. And what that was it was a gift that is given out, like you win it, when you unwrap it, you get it, but you have to take it home and you have to keep it for an entire year and bring it back, and you have to somehow improve the gift, which is really weird. But one was, it started off as, oh gosh, I don't know if I should even say it this way, but I guess I can because I say the F word all the time. But one of the gifts was called Whore in a Drawer. And so it was a wooden drawer, right, with this Barbie doll in it, all dressed all provocatively, right?
Like
I guess,
whore.
right, and that was the beginning gift, right? And this thing's been around for years, I guess, like 5 or 6, 7 years. This gift's been going around where someone wins it, they take it away for a year, it comes back. And when it comes back, then there was like an add-on. And so this year, the gift, not only was there just her in a drawer, but it's evolved into where there's a huge Barbie camper van with it, with a Ken doll in it. And there's all this, there's all these things people have added. So it's now a whore in a drawer with it, like her whole world. She's got a car and a boyfriend and all kinds of shit. And so you got to keep all this crap for a year and bring it back so they make sure you come back to the party. But
Barbie's got a side piece.
Dude.
Ken.
So it was a good damn time. So thank you, Christy family, for enjoying or inviting us. That was awesome. We ate a lot of Jello shots.
Made it.
Yeah, you got to go next year, man. It was better than your average party. I will say that. The food was amazing. The company was amazing. I met all kinds of people that have been doing RC forever. All dirt guys, like off-road.
RC
and
there?
There was a few, and they were all like gas guys. These are all guys that drive like big quarter scale, 8 scale, whatever the hell those things are. Them big old gnarly, where you have to pull on a string on the side of it to start it. That kind of thing.
I think there's a 5th scale.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is.
The large scale stuff is now.
Yeah. Something I couldn't even fit in my garage. So it was kind of, once I realized that was a fun conversation. Although I sit down.
Jello shots.
Huh?
You mentioned Jello shots.
Oh, yeah, I had a few of those. I know that there was a Ziploc bag with like 57 of them in there, and when we left, there was 2. So, yes, sir. Did some work. Didn't want to lay anybody down.
Goat liquor? Goat liquor Jello shots? What's that about?
I don't know exactly, okay? Some of these notes, okay, let me explain something. Some of these notes I jotted down at the party while it's going on. And for anybody who's ever been to a party that has alcohol involved, which is probably nearly everybody listening other than OKO, right? Things are funny then, but the next day they're not as damn funny anymore.
Okay.
And so goat liquor Jello shots, I think, had something to do with, because they were in these little cups and you kind of had to suck it out of the cup, the Jello shot, it would stick in there. And so everybody looked like goat licking it. I think that's where that came from. And then the don't drag your teeth, that's the same thing because you're trying to get it out of the cup, but somehow it turned into, some sexual thing. And then we all laughed and laughed like it was the funniest shit ever that night. And I couldn't re-explain it funny now if you gave me $1 million. He's good, man.
All right. So these notes are total crap.
Yeah. That's essentially it. Yeah,
I was trying
absolutely.
to lead you down a path, but that just
Dude, I thought I took this note down at the party because I think Kyle was even like, dude, write this down. It's hilarious. I'm like, I know I will. Because it was hilarious. And now I look at it and go, I don't know what was so damn funny about it.
Yeah, we just broke one of those walls right now. There we go.
That's how good, but that's how good the party was. That stupid shit seemed funny at the time. How's that? Dude, the food was good, man. The food was freaking good. Everybody brought stuff. And the best part is like we were apparently, because, I don't, okay. Anybody knows Tim knows this. I don't pay much attention to shit around me. Like I'm just kind of I'm living in my own mind, in my own little world, right? All the time. And so we get invited to this party, this Christy party, and there's a thing online, like they make a little group thing online and all that. And I probably, if I would have went in there and read it and saw it, I would have known, like, what are we wearing? What are we eating? What are we supposed to do? What kind of gifts do we, like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. My wife luckily brought gifts because she was smart enough to figure that part out. But I realized when we get there, we probably were supposed to bring food because everybody brought awesome food, and we didn't bring anything. We just ate everyone's awesome food. We were like the freeloaders at the party. We were right there at the cops, really. Right there with them. We just showed up, ate your food, did some work, and went home. I mean, I don't even know that I was relatively entertaining to anybody, which at least you should get that out of me. But whatever. I'm sure they'll invite me back.
I did see a picture of you, and you were not wearing an RC shirt. You were looking pretty dapper.
What did I have on?
I don't remember.
Because my wife and I talked all about it, and what I wanted to wear, she didn't want me to wear. Oh, I had like a sweater, like a black sweater vest on.
Yeah.
With a dressy shirt, and yeah, I did look nice. Look at me. Yeah, it's true. No RC shirt, huh?
Cleaned up with the beard brushed and
I know.
Looking good.
Dude, listen to this shit too. This is non-RC. Sorry, you guys, just got to live with it because this pisses me off. But so I found this new barber that I like. I went to him one time. Really liked how he'd cut my hair. I liked how he'd trim my beard. The whole deal, right? I'm like, fucking right on, dude. You're my guy now. And so I make an appointment with him and I space out. It's for yesterday. I space out and I come home. And I look at my phone for whatever reason at like 3:20, and I have an appointment at 3:30, and I can't get there in 10 minutes. There's no fucking way I can get there where this place is in 10 minutes. I almost just came from there because it's near my work. And so I'm like, fuck. And so I call and I'm like, hey, man, I got to cancel my appointment. They fucking charge me anyways for the whole haircut, beard cut, everything. And so now I'm so offended by that because when I went in the first time, I tipped him. I don't like to get into the money thing and all that. I tipped him nearly as much as the entire haircut, and this was not a cheap haircut. I don't fuck around. Like when I get a service I appreciate, it. I bought product. I tipped him up on that too, and then left. And so after I got banged for the money for the haircut and the beard trim that I didn't get because I was late, because I called him fucking 10 minutes before and it wasn't enough apparently, I was a little pissed about it. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. But then I kind of like battling back and forth because then I kind of thought, you know what though? He could have booked somebody else in that time that would have paid him.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's kind of F for me to all of a sudden like, no, you're not going to make any money this next 45 minutes because I decided I couldn't make it there in time. I couldn't keep it together enough to make it. So
I think that's probably the way to look at it.
The mature way to look at it, right? So
I think so.
I guess I need to.
It sucks, but
I know. I need to rebook again and try to actually go. Oh, fuck. I won't miss another one. I'll tell you that. Woo!
I think they give you a certain amount of time to cancel before so that they.
It was probably like 15 or 20 minutes, and I mean, I literally called at like 9. That's when I realized what time it was and what was going on. I mean, it was my fault.
Cost these days. I have no idea. I haven't had a haircut in over 20 years. So I have no idea what it even costs anymore.
I mean, it depends on where you go. I would say average for me for a haircut, the beard's a little more. They pop on another 15-ish or so for a beard trim, which seems like a bargain, really, because I got way more hair there than I do on my head anymore. So, fuck. I should get the beard trim with just a hair trim on top. But, $40.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you went to like a Supercuts, I think they're like 20 or so.
So I'm saving $40 a month.
$40 to $60. Yeah. Yeah. I cut my own hair for years and years and years, and I could do it right now. I have no problem cutting my own hair. I'm pretty talented that way. It's kind of weird. So yeah, I don't know. So that's my dilemma. So I fucked up and I had to pay for it all.
One of the worst things I hate doing is cutting my own hair. Absolutely hate it. I always miss a spot. I walk around for a day or two with a spot that I missed.
I've been pretty good about it.
Me.
I've been pretty good about it. I don't know why. Maybe knowing, maybe I do. Knowing, maybe I never notice it. Doesn't matter. So who knows? Who cares? Let's talk about RC stuff, okay?
We got some questions if you want to hit that.
Yeah, let's go back into.
Or you got more. You got RC stuff you want to lead into first?
No. Question's cool. That'll get me there. I don't care.
All right.
I don't care. Welcome, everybody.
Tony Paveo has a two-part question.
Right.
Why don't you think other companies have jumped on the drag racing bandwagon, making a kit or RTR? If any would do so, who would you like to see take the leap?
There's a few things to say about this. I mean, because there are cars out there. I mean, 5.7, and now 5-star. If they're coming out with their transmission case, which I've seen,
That's what it looks like.
They're saying.
With
So
all
I
the
mean,
posts they're making.
That's essentially going to be there too. Same type of thing.
That's not RTR though.
No, but it's well on the way. That's probably the hardest part to deal with, I think.
Yeah.
But I assume he's talking about like the big 3 or 4, the Associated Kyosho, Tamiya, Trexus, I guess.
Well, Associated, Trexus, and TLR all have RTRs.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think though he means more like a
actual race kit.
Yeah, like a pro level, whatever term you want to throw on it. Do any of those companies really make a true pro level buggy?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it is something that they should be able to do.
Not a pro level RTR, but pro level kits for sure.
Okay, same. I mean, in my mind, same thing.
AE and TLR both have complete pro level kits.
Okay,
but they're not RTR. I don't think any of these chassis companies are going to take the risk of making an RTR race like pro level kit. There's a lot of
there's too many
liability there
in rules and all that. I'll tell you the truth, honestly, I've never been a fan of the RTR. I come from the old school way where you built shit that didn't exist. You looked at an open space that needed something to do something, and you configured something and made it. I like that part, and I've always loved that about drag racing. I've always loved that little part of it. Even when we were doing prep track, there was still things that you had to kind of figure out and make. No one was making them.
Right. And, building kits 10 years ago and further, you would have to, ream out the arm holes for the hinge pins.
Oh, God. People don't even know that now because they bitch and scream if a screw doesn't go right in the first time.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
I know. So much little hand fitting.
I think what people forget though is this is a hobby. It's a builder's hobby. It's what it was, at least. That's what it. At its core, that's what it is. Trains, fucking airplanes, boats, all that shit. They still make that shit out of wood. They still glue stuff together and make those items. You buy a box full of balsa wood and you lay it out and build that thing with glue and patience.
Cut it and sand it and shape it.
Yeah, RC cars might be the only thing that's really pushed the other way into let's make this so that anybody can just basically pick it up and go. There's really no more building skills in it.
Right.
But the problem with that is, that's great to get people involved. The problem is that no one has any skill now. And so something goes wrong, or hey, I want to have 10 gauge wire in my speed control like all the cool kids are running, and they have no idea how to do it, and they destroy, $200-$300 speed controls. Do they not, Colin?
Every day.
Every effing day we see it.
Every day I see it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's a nice solder job.
Wow. How long was that iron on there for? An hour? I mean, I don't know. Did you just heat it up on the solder, on the speed control? Wow. I know. So, but that's the thing is I think all those skills, I mean, not just soldering, but just all those building skills, you know, my 200-mile-an-hour cars were all something that I had to think about, draw out, make little foam versions, whatever it was to get myself there, you know,
every inch of that car.
Yeah.
Every inch, the wheels, the tires, everything was handmade.
See, and I love that part of, I am I guess a pure hobbyist at heart because I love that part. I love, like I said, that's my best way to describe it. I love to look at an empty space that needs a thing in there to do something and then to conjure it up, make it, and fill that space with it. Like, I fucking love that. That's what I love about RC. And, but yeah, you know, and that's what I loved about drag racing. I mean, if you go way, way back in the shows, I'm sure I talked about it somewhere, that, you know, my original dragster was a piece of paneling out of the closet in an apartment that I rented in Anaheim. I peeled a sheet out and cut out a strip chassis and then glued two sides to
deposit back?
I did. And the crazy thing was I never gave him a security deposit to start with. He just wanted me to live there because he liked me. He said I was a cool guy. He thought I would take care of the place, which I did. And so when I moved out finally, like literally 9 years later, I was there forever, he sent me a check for $750, and I'm like, what the fuck is this for? Oh, your security deposit. I never gave you one, you dummy, you old man. And I actually even told him that. If the story goes right, I think I told him that, and I sent it back to him, and he sent me $500 back. And he's like, well, you're a great tenant, so here. All right. I mean, whatever,
nice.
Man. Yeah.
Nice.
So there it is. Treat people right.
That's what I like about the drag racing segment.
Yeah.
There is so much innovation and so much, you know, every day there's somebody with something they have created and they're marketing, or here's a new way of doing this. You don't see that in like 10 scale off-road, 8 scale off-road. You don't see anything new.
Mm-hmm.
Very little new stuff.
People don't step outside of the box very much there.
Right. People want to buy the kit and build it and go race it.
Yeah. Here, yes. Yeah.
Drag racing, it's so open to creativity. Yep. I love it.
Dude, even our tires, you know, you put air in them, you put a foam in them, you put no air in them, you put a foam and tape up the hole. I mean, there's a fucking million different things you can do that people have just come up with because, hey, let me try this way. Let me try this way. Let me try this way. I know. That's why. And I think that is probably one of the attractions of drag racing is for me, it's that still that ability to be creative.
And it's so definitive when one of these changes actually works.
Oh, my God, I know. It's the best.
It's right there in front of you.
It's the best.
You can see the change.
Yeah.
It's not just something where somebody feels like it's better.
Mm-hmm.
No. You can see it in the numbers.
I know. It's awesome.
It's amazing.
We're so lucky to have this stupid sport. It's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. It made my time so much more fun here. So much more.
Most days.
Because I was going to do it either way, right? I was still going to be here. Like, whether you guys all showed up to the party with me or not, I was still here. That wasn't changing. I promise you that. Because I was here way before y'all. And you didn't join me then. But somehow you did now. We figured out the combination. You all came joining in. And look what fun we're having now. Holy shit. We're having a good time. Did we answer his question at all? Because I don't mean...
kind of.
Do I care if there's one? I guess
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
All right. Like it.
The kits that are actually coming out are getting better and better. The conversion kits, the complete kits, getting better all the time. It's just evolution. It's kind of how it goes when you have a small company that comes out with a kit or a conversion kit. There's always going to be just little things, and they will improve on it, and everything's getting better. So we'll get there, but there's a lot of good products on the market.
You know it's getting better?
In that respect.
My fucking race game is getting better. Like I'll even, whatever. I got the platform. Let's just do it here. Like we were talking about this. Like I have so much confidence, especially in this gold car. My God, this gold car is fucking amazing car. I don't know why it loves to go down the middle of the track, but it seems to. and as fast as
We're
you
going to call it Austin Powers.
Dude. I don't even want to, like, I'm afraid to touch that thing anymore. Like, it's gotten to that point, like, dude, it's too good. I don't even know what the hell to do with this car now. But yeah, I'm going to start, like, I'll race anyone that wants to race. It's got to be at least, I mean, I was going to say 500, but then there's people that, you know, that's probably ridiculous. You know what I mean? Should I lower it? No.
Depends. It all depends.
Yeah, I will race anyone. I don't care who it is. I don't care. Absolutely don't care. I fully believe I have a car that can beat any car out there at any given time right now. Colin's seen it.
I've seen it.
I ain't bullshitting you. I know what this car does. I know the numbers it puts up. Only I know, too. Even the shit that I post ain't even what it runs. So I'm such a jerk now. I don't even post the truth anymore. Like, I used to post my pictures of my car, my gears. Like, nah, you don't see nothing anymore. That's it. Closed off, kids.
Everything's changed. As far as what everybody's posting. Very rarely do you see people's actually posted by anybody.
You don't see people's cars anymore. Like, no. Yeah. I need to have like a third car. That's my car that I just take pictures of. It's not set up anything like any of my cars. That's just a car. That's what I need now. I've gotten to that point. But yeah, man.
4 or 5 in there,
dude. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I didn't think about that. Oh shit! Yeah, we could do a lot. Because I used to always take photos where I always F something up in my car. Because I know people look so intently at everything. So, I mean, I can pull one spacer out, and people are like, holy fuck, why has he got one spacer missing on that side? So, yeah, I should go back to doing that again. But anyways, yeah, I have great confidence in my car. It came from a post that I saw today. This thought really is Ken Lupe at Drag Race Concepts put up a post because, you know, we've all dealt with listening to the Voodoo thing. We're going to talk about that in a minute, too. But, you know, the guy, Ken makes a new tire, and I have some. I mean, he sent me some a while ago. I bought them from him, and they're nice, and I like the rubber, and we tested and messed around with them. They bark real good. Like, I don't got anything negative to say about them at all. But I think he was just getting kind of, probably boosting his business a little bit, too, which is smart. But he went on there and made a big post saying that, you know, I don't understand why people are so over this tire, blah, 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 blah. I'll run anybody on Voodoo's for $500 off the trailer. So I went right in there. Well, as soon as I saw the post, I'm like, dude, I will totally do that. I will totally do that with you. Absolutely 100%. For a couple reasons. One, I like Ken. I've known Ken for many, 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 many years as a prep track driver. We've never raced each other, which is so strange. Because, dude, we have raced for years and years together. But somehow or another, we never ended up together. So that would be cool alone. And I have great confidence in my car. I will line, and that's what got me thinking, I will line this car up against anyone. When we go out and do a lot of testing, and as Colin knows, because he's pounded it in my head, this plan, I have created some incredible tunes that I can drop in this car, and I know what it's going to do. No doubt in my mind. And then on top of my car's gotten so good that I can put a lot more in it than I've ever been able to start out with. I mean, it's amazing where I can start now. I feel like I'm starting now almost where I was ending before. You know, like it's crazy how much more I can just put in it. No problem. My prep game on fucking point. Sure, if I go to the East Coast, maybe the weather's different, the moisture's different, whatever, but I still think that I have a good enough game and a good enough grip on adjustment that I can get the tires where I need them to be.
Reaction time, baby.
Yes. I will race anyone who wants to grudge race. I'd like it to be for $500. I'd like to be for charity. But I understand
jump on that.
I understand if you beat me, yeah, you're going to want to take the money. I get that. But if I take your money, I'm going to donate it. But but I have that confidence in my car. And I want to do these races. Now, of course, the problem is I can't have some guy from, you know, I don't know, Florida or whatever, go, okay, fly out here and race me. Dude, it's going to cost me $2,000 to come there to race you for $500. Like, we can't. we got to have some neutral ground or something. You know what I mean? We got to figure out something.
Investment.
Yeah, or we figure out a place. Like a race or something like that. We're all going to whatever it is. I mean, obviously you can't because I'm saying this doesn't mean that okay, Wednesday next week we're racing. No, I mean we got to work it out. But I'm just telling you right now, everyone knows the races I go to, I post them. I mean, everyone should be pretty up to date. And if you aren't, let me know on where I'm going to be. On January 22nd, I'm going to be in Arizona to start the California-Arizona Point Series that's going to go on out here, I guess. So I'll be there January 22nd. So if you want to come race me, do it there, I guess, where we start. I know all kinds of Arizona guys just ripping me left and right for money. You watch. It's going to be brutal. I don't even think I have enough money to cover all that after Christmas. Holy shit. But the truth of the matter is that
every time you go.
Yeah, I can't do 100 races, right? I guess I should say that too. Dude, this kid gets up at 4 o'clock to go to work every day, so I ain't a millionaire. I wouldn't be getting up that early. Colin sleeps in a lot later than me. That's all I know. So that's all I know. I didn't say anything else. I know. Oh, dude, I got 2 of them. Well, no, you got 2 too. You got 3, 4. All right. So yeah. But anyways, it just got me thinking. I have I would love it. I'd love it. And there's a few people out there that mouthed off. That, it seems like they all got awfully quiet after the Mark Vine race. What happened there? Kind of reality fucking slapped him in the noggin. But yeah, anybody. I got that confidence. Let's do it. $500. Let's put them down. But like I said, I'm not going to line up 15 fucking guys and $500 to every single person. That's not the day we're going to have. That's not what it's about. We'll set it up. We'll make it. I want to promote it, make a big deal about it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do a race for $500 that no one knows about. The whole point of this is to promote it. Yeah, it's promote it. Let everybody know so people can tune in and video it. You know what I mean? I want it to be a big deal. But we've been doing these races. I've had a few. I had one with you. We had one with Mark. I mean, we raised a bunch of money in those. I'm willing to put my own money up is the only difference in these. But I think it's the same thing. But those are fun. It's good for the sport. It's good for everything. I've gotten a lot of response from the people that were excited and looking forward to that race. I was looking forward to it. Colin knows. I told him. I was ready for that race. I couldn't wait. And I love Mark. Don't get me wrong. Mark's been on the show many times. But, dude, I couldn't wait to get out there and rip his head off. All I thought to myself was, and I think I even told Colin, I go, this is it. I'm going to show them all right now. They're all going to see what really is going on. All the work that they hadn't really seen, they're about to see it. And, I mean, I listened to Mark's video last Saturday, and apparently it worked because even he was like, whew, those 2 dudes. I mean, he said on there, I believe, I did not have enough. I knew I did not have enough to outrun them. There's no way. I was running. I had run earlier in the day 78 mile an hour on that road. And I know that's probably doesn't seem crazy to anybody, but if you knew this road,
yeah,
that's a freaking number. You ain't effing around. Is it?
Yes, it is. It's definitely.
You'd think we'd have better traction on that stupid thing then. Because, man, that road's rough. You lose it in the middle, about 15 feet out, it gets really skimpy, and I don't know.
We were pretty hooked up that night.
But we were very hooked up. And that's a road that's beat my ass many a time, so, yep. So, yeah. So, I'm open to it. I want to start doing it. I want to go out there, I am all that, so I'll prove it.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and do the same thing.
All right. I like it.
Let's do it for charity.
Yeah. I know. I mean, that's the way to do it, really. Yep. I mean, if we really do it right, we do like the others where we donate money. People donate money. You want to see, I don't know. Okay, just for shits and giggles, I'll just say you and I, just to not name anybody else out there. But you want to see, these 2 people race each other? Okay, pitch in $5. Whatever. We'll get these 2 together and they'll race.
For charity.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. So yeah, if you got a fast car out there, and I'm ready to race you and prove it. That's all I'm saying. So, strong words, I guess. So,
all right.
So Colin.
So Tim,
you announced a whole bunch of MaClan team members.
Well, I didn't announce them.
Oh.
They've been announcing themselves.
Oh, yeah, I guess so, huh? I have to say this, too, because I get a million emails when this happens. I don't have really anything to do with this whole application process, so don't reach out to Tim. He can't help. Just saying. He can't help.
What a crazy time of year. It's always, silly season, I guess you want to call it. Every year, right around this time is when applications open up and people apply, returning members and new members, and we have to go through the list and figure out who we want on the team. And unfortunately, we've only got so many spots, so I can't accept everybody. We've actually, I'm going to say this right here and now, we've got 50% fewer people this year on the MaClan team as we did last year.
Really? Wow.
But by design.
Well, and what people maybe don't understand either is, you have to be careful too. You can't get a whole bunch of people that are all within 100 miles of you. It doesn't spread the word. You want to try to get people. You want to get kind of a broad spectrum across, the U.S. or at least across your selling areas.
Right. And we've got dealers all over the place. So if you sponsor a whole bunch of people in one area, they're not buying stuff from the shop.
Dealers get super pissed off. Yep.
They get pissed off.
Yeah,
so
we
have to respect that and take that into consideration when we're going through our lists. And it's a majorly huge job. I can't just see a name and say, "Oh yeah, you're on." I need to do my research on my end, and make sure we don't have too many in one spot. Make sure they're the right people for the team.
Yes.
Make sure they're the best people for the team.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry. People that can work as a team and work with each other and share and this sort of thing. People that are only in this for themselves. I'm sorry, but this is a team.
Well, and ours is different too. And you and I spoke a lot about this. My involvement, at least in this portion of it, I will admit to. But we spoke a lot about that, and we have been doing over this last year. I've only been there a year. Fuck, can you believe that?
No.
All this in a year. But we have been hyper focused. If you didn't catch it already, on creating a fantastically great product, and then figuring out how we can make it even better than we ever dreamed it already was. Like, that has been an unbelievable goal, for more than any goal I've ever had in RC, really. I've never been with a team where we had this kind of a drive to really create something. And we do. But with that comes that we, as we spoke before this, this year of changing of people and all that, we spoke of, okay, but we might need something different then from this team. Maybe we're looking at the team wrong. We're dragging in a bunch of guys that have, they're just hobby guys, and they want to get a 50% deal, and they want to be kind of part of a thing, and maybe hear some inside shit and figure out something cool. I don't know. I really don't know what they're all looking for, because they're all different. Maybe a little stature.
I don't know what the motivation is sometimes.
Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. But Colin and I spoke a lot about it. We're like, look, the truth of the matter is we have struggled this year getting proper things tested properly. I'll just say it that way. Yep. And we have a lot, dude. We have a fucking lot to test and little windows to get shit done in. Little windows. And I'm only one guy, and Kyle's only one guy, so we can only do. There's only a couple of us only do so much. I mean, we try. We try to do.
In the fucking rainiest part of the.
Well, that's the other problem too. Is
testing for me is limited.
Yeah, you get a bunch of guys that live places where they have bad weather and all that. Yeah, all of a sudden now that guy's not as useful now for these months. Okay, right. But when you're like, if we're in like now in December and we're well, I shouldn't say we're working on, because we're not anymore. We're finally fucking done. Thank God.
Well.
All right, I know, but let me have this for just a moment. Just let me believe we're we're done with that part. How's that? God, I know it's never ending. But it is a big deal, because we struggle with that, and we realize that that we really are we're requiring different things, and so that means we probably need to be looking at people a little differently. so that we make sure to get the right people so that they're happy here with us and providing some good to not only us but to themselves and all that. So yeah, it was a different kind of RC sponsorship method we went with this time. But we really had, I mean, I've never been on a team though like our team. I know I'm way up in the chain, so maybe I see a lot more than all the other guys do, but still, we work so much all we do every day, dude, is either discuss things that we can do better, changes, the effects of changes, data from the things, like it's never ending. And then looking at the future, what else? What can you dream up that we could do? What would be a possibility to have done? What if it could do this? What if we did that? What if we added this? I mean, it's a very gosh, I don't know. It's a very welcoming, growing environment. And so yeah, if you're coming on to this team to be a racer and you think that you're going to hear some inside shit on how to go faster and we're going to give you some special tune or some special software and you're going to go faster than everybody else now, it's not going to be that way. I don't think for you. You're not going to enjoy this ride very much. There
really isn't a whole lot of secrets. Like what, if we figure something out, we're pretty much talking about it on here or wherever, obviously there's always going to be some high level stuff that nobody is going to hear about it. Mm-hmm. Even if you're a team member, but that's just the way business works. And,
yeah, well, I mean, loose lips sink ships. You got to understand too that in the RC industry, because we see it all the time, it's the rip-off industry. As soon as someone can find out what you're doing, if it's good, it's gone. They gonna be copying it. I mean, MaxAmps batteries. Oh, come on, I see them everywhere now. You know what I mean? Because that's just how this industry works. So yeah. I mean, as much as I have a hard time keeping my big trap shut, yeah, we keep a lot of shit quiet because we just can't risk someone else figuring it out first. Like, we got to have the first. It's got to be out there. Got to be ours.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's like this latest software release. We've worked, I don't think we've worked, we haven't worked this hard on any software release that we've had. This is a big one. Like,
yeah, and I really hope
so much more to it that people are going to learn.
Yeah,
over time.
I haven't used.
I can't even say too much right now.
I know. I struggle all the time. I haven't used the current software, the public software, in so long. I don't even know when the last time if I ever used it. Maybe I did like day 2 or something.
Well, you're exaggerating because we started working on this.
It feels like forever
end of the summer.
Ago. Yeah.
Middle of summer, end of summer.
About middle of summer, yeah. So
yeah, and we had this since King of the Streets, or we had the 5 stage since King of the Streets.
Yeah.
So
I just hope that it's everyone likes it. That's all. It's tough when you put this much into it, and then you just think, man, I really hope it like someone takes this and is like, now I got it. I mean, I feel that way.
I promise everybody will go faster with this new one. Promise.
I've gone so fast with this. My mile an hour is the mile an hour that people talk about other brands only being able to have. And Colin knows that's true.
Yep.
It's that mile an hour is not on one brand, trust me. And my car is all DRK, son. All. 100%. Fucking Roar motor.
Yeah, roar approved motor.
Damn straight, baby. So, no, man, it is great. It's like anything though in drag racing that it's like that RTR mentality though. I know people are going to get it and expect just to put the software in, and how come I didn't go faster? Well, there's tools in there that will allow you to go faster, but you got to still figure it out.
100%.
I mean, I can only get you so far. That's why I go out every weekend and we test and test and test and test because I can't just put it in and then it's instantly fast.
I guarantee you put our tunes or our complete setup in someone else's car and they're going to blow his shit up.
Probably, huh? It's crazy.
It's just how it works.
Dude, I put my whole tune in like Kyle's car and he hasn't run the same thing as me.
Yeah. Just so many little things that add up.
It's insane. I mean, we were just talking about that.
I promise most people will go faster with this new software quite easily.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Which we're looking at somewhere in January.
Is that when?
Everyone keeps asking me.
Yeah. January. Is that the time we're looking at?
Somewhere in January, I think.
Probably early January.
Yeah. Still got a few things to finalize, but we're getting there.
It's going to be crazy, you guys. Fucking crazy. This is about to be
I wish we
crazy.
could just get it out already. I'm getting tired of it.
I know, man. I know everything. Like, just get it all out there. Just be done with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's some. Yeah.
Dude, then we got to start right on another thing right after that. We're not even going to enjoy this one.
Don't even bring that up right now.
We're not even going to enjoy this one. We're going to be off on another one. Hey, if anybody wants a... Nah, never mind. I'm not going to sell my shit. All right.
I just noticed the sticker on the back of your microphone.
I just put it on there.
Yeah.
I just put it on there today. On the back of my microphone, there's a Voodoo sticker right there. All right, let's talk about that real quick, shall we? Should we just get into it real fast? What are we at? We're almost an hour in.
I don't have much to say about this subject.
Shit. Yeah, because you're a ProLine guy.
For lots of reasons.
Yeah, man, it's all right. But you should have lots to say about it, honestly. It's okay. I
don't know all the story, so I really shouldn't say much.
Okay, I don't either, but I'm going to talk about every piece of it and just whatever. Okay, so as we all know, the internet blew up because Voodoo had another pre-order sale, I believe last night. And it, like all of them, it sells out in like a minute and a half or some shit like that. And so today, we were all greeted with post after post after post. Now, there's a few things about all these posts they have in common. One is, I feel like everybody who posts just wants to have attention. Because who cares? Who cares? But the thing I loved the most about them were all the people talking about how it's so unfair and so terrible that that they couldn't get tires or someone couldn't get tires or whatever. But those tires don't matter anyways. So which is it? Which is it? The tires don't matter? Or is it unfair? Let me make it clear right now. That tire will never, ever be banned in the MPRC because of its availability. That will not happen with anything. Because I promise you, if we went to some guy who's making wheelie bars at home, and I went on this show and talked about how this wheelie bar gained 5 fucking miles an hour and a tenth off of my car, and everybody started buying from him, and he got super backlogged and couldn't get them all out, and then we all went, well, looks like your shit's banned, buddy. That's insanity.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No, it does not. Up until...
I honestly don't think there's any malintent with the way...
No. And I hear people, he's always done this, he's this, that, and the other. This guy runs the company. Well, if he's always done that, then obviously he doesn't got $1 billion to dump into it and have 100,000 tires. Who doesn't love money? Who doesn't love money?
People understand what it takes to put something like that together and order the kinds of quantities that he needs. That the overhead, the capital you need to invest into something.
It's not even that. It's not even that. I don't even care about that. The fact is, people are like, well, he could do it, right? He could. So you're telling me this guy could make? Because I mean, any normal person is making double, right, off of anything they build. That's the industry standard. Is
business practice?
Yeah, it's double, right? So let's just say the tires, just for numbers' sake, the tires are $30 a pair, which they're more than that. But let's just say 30, right? So let's say he's 15 in. So he makes 15 on every one of them fucking things. You don't think he wants 100,000 of those? I mean, that's stupid to even think anything different. So obviously there's a different obviously there's a different reason behind it, and I'm sure it's just financial, have enough money to back in and do it, So I don't give a shit about that. But all but one pre-order up until this one, I managed to get tires every single time. One, because I completely missed the pre-order. I didn't even realize it was happening, and I came home and found out like a day later. So, all right, I get it. But I've been able to get tires every single time. I work a job where I have to be in meetings and all kinds of bullshit, and I found a couple of minutes to make it happen. Usually because they were in the evening anyways. So it was not a big deal to me. I ordered, I got a few sets. Yeah, early on I bought a few sets online and paid like fucking double. Paid like $80 to $100 a set just to have a couple sets because I wanted to see what the hype was about. And then I used them. I'm like, okay, well, it's fucking real. I mean, that's all there is to that. These tires work right out of the bag. Bingo.
Yeah, the people you want to be pissed off at are the ones that are buying them to sell them and make money on.
Absolutely. 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 I would rather see 100 posts about that than somebody bitching that this tire needs to be outlawed. This guy is doing this on purpose. It's not fair. The tire's a piece of junk. That's all dumb shit. Who cares about that? In the NHRA, they shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This isn't the NHRA. This is a hobby where up until you goons showed up, apparently, people used to show up with their cars, pop the trunk, and sell hobby parts out of it. That's how we raised kids all the time. All the time. There weren't any hobby stores. That's why we made our shit. Because there was no hobby store to go to buy drag stuff. Be fucking happy anybody makes anything for us. It's ridiculous how people are.
The drag racing industry has it so good right now.
Oh my God. Everybody's trying to do stuff for us. Trying.
Yeah.
Only 3 years ago, we had not one pair of drag tires. Not one. Zero. We're using fucking Primos. and Banditos. That's what we were racing with. The first year in Vegas, the guys from Hawaii all showed up with Banditos in their car, and we're like, "What on earth?" Yeah,
it actually started a thing. Actually,
hell yeah, because they worked. I have a brand new set in a bag over here that I never got a chance to mount up. I use the shit out of those because you go to a terrible, terrible road, Banditos will go down a terrible, terrible road.
And
I don't care
as much because the rubber's so thick.
They're awesome. I even have a pair with bands in them. That's how much I was into Banditos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So knock it off. It's ridiculous. Quit making posts. You look like an idiot. I know you want to have an opinion and be important. Open a podcast like me. It's way more mature.
Yeah, somebody else needs to do a drag racing podcast.
Holy shit. Can you imagine?
I would love to hear it. I want to hear your thoughts. Start a podcast.
Oh my God. All I would think to myself is, oh my gosh, they're doing such a terrible job. That's all I would think.
I was going to give them credit.
Their sound is terrible. What's wrong with their sound? Oh my gosh. Why don't they lead in more? Quit saying and ah. Quit saying like yeah, I'm ridiculous. I'm too competitive, dude. Competitive everything. I can't
somebody else starts a podcast and it actually goes fairly well. You're going to do twice as many.
I would honestly love it if somebody did one. I would love it. I would love it if I like listening to Mark, when he does his little videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I would love a couple guys like Frank, Ulbrich, maybe like Greg Bridgewater. I don't know if Dustin Malikoff. Dude, he could do it.
He was great. He
does little video kind of thing where he just kind of updates people on stuff that's going on with parts and cars and stuff. Yeah, man, those guys should do one. But the thing is we know
Jared from 5 Star. They were doing a bunch of live stuff.
Yeah,
or videos and podcast stuff.
Yeah, you know what? What's the deal though? It's hard fucking work, dude. This shit's hard.
It's a lot of work.
You got to write a lot of shit out. You got to plan out stuff. I mean, all this. I know it doesn't sound that way, but we really do plan this out. We really do work hard at this. But I'm telling you, yeah, 6-7 years, whatever it's been.
I usually get the plan. It's within an hour of going live usually.
Mm-hmm.
And
shit, one of the days we didn't record because I left the plan at work on my work computer. I didn't have it. And I was like, I'm fucked. I got to have those notes because I got too much shit in there. I can't just sit here with the mic. I'll just, it'll happen. You and I will just talk and it'll be completely insane and boring to everybody. So,
well, we hardly ever follow the plan anyway.
I know, but it feels like we do. every once in a while I see a word on there and go, hey. So
I try following the plan, and you're like, oh, no, that was funnier when we were at the party.
Fuck, that was one thing. That's one thing. Yeah, this shit's hard to do.
It is. I would love to hear people do it.
I do have to admit, I love outlasting things, though, and people. We talked about that before we went on the air. I fucking love it. I love it. I'm an amazing...
You're so competitive.
I'm an amazing thing. Yeah, man, I just won't give up. I won't.
That's why Jenny loves you.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry. I had to go there.
Damn. I can't even say anything because it'll just be wrong. All right. Give me another question before I talk about you.
I was going right there.
Oh, talk about
Kid
you?
Sims. No. To the questions. Kid Sims says, what a crazy year. So much has changed in NPRC this year. The chassis are better. The tires are better. The batteries are better. The electronics are better.
Yep.
Where do you see NPRC advancing to next year without giving up MaClan secrets? Merry Christmas to you, Tim and Colin.
Thank you, kid. Our island boy. He's probably mad for saying that, but it reminds me of it. Doesn't remind me of him, but he lives in the Keys on the islands, and so he's an island boy. But I know people who know that. I know. I know. It seemed funnier in my head when I was thinking it.
3 months ago, that wouldn't have been a big deal.
No.
But now,
these they ruined it for him.
They ruined it, but that's not what you meant.
No.
That's not what you meant. He's from the Keys.
He is from the Keys. I mean, I think that the tire thing is going to continue to evolve a bit. We are going very fast now, and as going fast happens, this reminds me a lot of speedrun stuff, because in speedrun it's really a matter of you go as fast as your equipment will allow you before it starts failing, and then you take that part and you figure out why are you failing, and you refine it and try to figure out a way to make it not fail. And then once that doesn't fail, guess what? Something else down that line does. It's the nature of speedruns. And I kind of love it because you're constantly chasing a new problem that you're trying to, discover a solution for. And like we opened the show talking, I love that part of RC, the figuring out and just kind of deciphering the issues. So with that, I see the tire thing. I know Josh Cruel. Do I say his last name right? Cryle?
Josh. What? Who?
C-Y. What is his last name?
Josh from where? Who?
Who's making the tires?
Cyril.
Cyril. Is that how you say it? Cyril.
Yeah.
Cyril.
Cyril. Josh Cyril.
What is that? What nationality is that? Do you know? Cyril.
I'm not sure.
Hungarian or something? I don't know.
I can find out for you.
Okay. But I mean, he's coming out with a tire that looks like it's the same on both sides, a sidewall and a wheel, that has replaceable valves, like a whole package. So, I mean, that could be a big, big thing. It might be interesting to everybody when that comes out, and if it is a big thing, if he's able to keep up with the demand. I think people don't realize how many people do drag racing. It's a lot, you guys. We sell shit to you people. I know. There's a lot of you. Like a crazy amount, because we don't sell shit to all of you. Right?
It's by far the largest segment.
Yeah, what do you think? Hobby. What do you think? I mean, half the people have our shit? Half? I mean, that seems like a lot, but I don't know. It
still seems like a lot.
But dude, there's a lot there, and that's what I'm saying. We sell a shit ton of stuff, and there's at least twice as many, if not probably 2/3 more, of you guys running other stuff. Castle, R1, whatever your brand of choice is, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So trust me, dude. You guys don't know, maybe. Holy shit, there's a lot of you guys. Because there's no more magazines, and because a lot of the industry just really can't seem to grasp anything besides off-road. It's just what it's been forever and ever and ever and ever, and they don't understand anything we're doing. It's not acknowledged, I don't think, as big as it is. But then the few companies that slip into it for whatever reason and come up with a product go, oh, holy shit, there's a bunch of you guys. Like, there's a lot more than I thought. Yeah, because there's streets everywhere where guys are doing this, but you guys don't know that. because it's not, Joe's hobby shop with his off-road track that you're aware of. It's fucking Brook Printer Place in Poway that we all show up on a Saturday. That, 60 guys show up racing on a Saturday. What? We didn't know about that. Yeah, there's probably 1,000 more places just like that all the time. All the time. So,
yeah, there's a lot of people that are doing this that aren't even, you don't even know about.
Dude, there's people that aren't on Facebook. Believe it or not, there's people doing this that aren't even on Facebook. I know that's hard to grasp. I know it is, but it's true. Yeah. Dude, there's so many. I really am shocked all the time. So, yeah, lots of people doing it.
All right. So, Josh Cyril.
Yes.
Says his name has been shortened. His grandfather played pro ball for the St. Louis Cardinals. Cyril.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. I see where we're going. You already messaged him and found this out.
What do you think I'm doing here?
I don't know, but we don't know because we can't see you, Colin. So
I'm doing work here.
All right. So tell us, Colin. Walk us through this. So while I was saying that, you messaged Josh. Is this true? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. You want me to tell a story? Or you want to tell it for us? Okay. And he's
replying to me as we go.
That's the kind of weight Colin Branch pulls in the RC world right now. Listen to this. I just want everyone to get a hold of what's going on right now. No, come on. Take it.
So, okay. His name was shortened because his grandfather played for the St. Louis Cardinals, and his name didn't really fit on this jersey.
Holy
his
shit.
Name was Cyrilewski.
Oh.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I know I butchered it, but it's Polish.
Okay.
And he shortened it to fit on his jersey. Wow. To Cyril.
Look at this.
So there you go. You're getting live updates.
We got to have that guy on.
Yes.
He's deep, RC. Deep.
Oh, I don't think anybody understands how brilliant Josh really is.
Deep.
And how talented he is.
Yeah. Deep. There's
world class.
There's a handful of these 30-plus year dudes out there. He is one, for sure.
Mostly, he did his thing in on-road racing.
Yes, he did.
That was his thing, and now he's
monster.
He's got and now he's gotten into this drag racing thing, and not even racing himself so much, but the designing. His whole thing throughout his whole on-road career was designing his own stuff and designing stuff for the companies that he. Yeah,
same thing,
just like Tim,
right?
Here.
Same thing. No, I'm just saying it's the same. It's the same thing. The older hobby guys, this is what this hobby was. You know what I mean? When we all go away, you guys are fucked. Because I don't know who's going to invent new shit for you guys. I don't know who's going to do it. Because everything that's come out right now in the last 3 or 4 years, this whole thing came from a bunch of old farts.
Old farts that have been around a long time that know.
Holy shit, Colin.
Stuff. Yep.
I can't retire. I'm gonna, but I can't. You guys aren't gonna have anything. Dude, we're going into the last year. Woo! It's coming. Hear it? I hear it.
What you say?
It's retirement.
That's what you think?
I hear retirement right over there. After I whoop everybody's ass and take all their $500 bills. Do they make a $500 bill?
I don't know. You'll probably get five $100 bills.
Someone's gonna bring up a sack full of nickels. What are they gonna bring? Holy shit! All right.
Yeah. So that's Josh's story. And
wow.
We definitely need to have him on.
We do. Hey, so Colin.
So Tim.
I saw this announcement about you, and I thought to myself, "Wait, isn't that what he's already doing?" So Colin, it was announced that Colin is the team manager of MaClan Racing, drag racing side only.
DRK team.
Yeah, because it was too much. Because we're too big and burly and a bunch of pains in the asses, and so we have to have one person controlling all of us. Colin couldn't do that in off-road because there's a whole bunch of babies over there too. Hey man, you want some of this? Come out the street. That's all I'm saying.
Bring
your buggy with pin tires, kids.
Yeah, last year I did all of it. because we didn't expect the drag race side of it to be so big. You know, we actually went into last year saying we're not going to sponsor any drag racing guys. You know, it's not that big of a thing, and we're just kind of
yeah. And then he came to Arizona and said, "Hey, man, you want to come and help me do some shit?" Sure, that sounds like a great time. Let's do it. Yeah. Now look at us.
Yeah. So for 2022, awesome. I have handed off the on-road and off-road side of the team management off to Cameron, and he's taking care of that. And I'm doing strictly the DRK side of it, as well as the expert servos. That's the other side that I'm working on too. But for MaClan, I'm just doing the DRK side of it, the drag racing side of it. So that should be a lot easier, and I'll be able to focus more on it, which is good for everybody.
You know, I knew you were doing the off-road or kind of covering all bases, but I didn't think about, like, you guys don't even know, he's so dedicated, though, to the drag side. Like, it's all we talk about. It's all we deal with, and it's constant. So I'm not sure when you were doing anything with off-road. Like, when was that even happening? Like, during the afternoon when I was at work actually doing other stuff? Because, I mean, dude, for the time I get home, like, as soon as I get home, if I've got it, then Colin's hearing about it.
Yep.
Like, yeah, crazy. So,
yeah, the
I'm glad for you.
Stuff was, I mean, the off-road team, or off-road and on-road together, was a lot more members than the drag race side of it, and I was dealing with it. I just did it, and it was pretty much 24/7. Trying to juggle all of it alongside of my real full-time job outside of RC, which I guess is kind of RC, but it's
kind of
different. But
mine is not at all.
Yours is not RC.
Oh, not even a little bit. I never talk about RC at work, only with you on the phone.
It's funny because at my job, half the guys that are working there are actual RC car racers, and we talk about RC quite a bit.
Yeah.
And like actually the team associated AE regional team manager works there.
Wow.
Yeah, we're like great buddies.
Yeah, not at my place. Fuck no. No. All right, so congratulations. Did you get a raise or anything?
No.
Yeah, that's too bad because you're going to
it actually took work off of my plate.
I know, but
can't expect a raise for that.
Well, did you get a pay decrease?
I don't know. I haven't got the next paycheck yet.
Shit. Never mind. Shh. I'll bring that up. Trust me, he earns every penny of it. Dude, he deals with me. That alone. Trust me. How far? Oh, we're way over an hour. You want to take a break real quick?
Sure.
I mean, let's do one more question.
Okay, one more question. Our good buddy, Willie Trent.
New team, MaClan racer, driver.
He has joined
Willie,
the team, the DRK team.
He messaged me, and this was the funniest thing ever, because he thought I had something to do with it. He messaged me, he's like, man, I know you probably had something to do with this. I just want to thank you, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, you're fucking 3-win Willie. What are you talking about? How could we say no? I mean, is there really any choice? You have 3 more wins than I have right now. So how can I say no to that?
I've only got 1 more win than you.
Yeah, but it was against me.
It was
asshole. Holy shit. Okay. But I mean, Mark Vine, have you beat him yet?
We're not talking about that.
I need a little sticker to go on my body or something. A little like
MV sticker.
Something like that. Something.
We'll have to do that. We'll have MV and we'll have
little X's.
FU.
FU. Oh,
I didn't even think about that.
No, poor Frank. Jeez Louise, man.
We'll have little stickers made up for some of the top fast guys. And anytime you beat them, you put it on there.
Hell yeah. Stim's coming, man. It's long overdue.
Sticker made up. I have a TS sticker made up because I already got that one on my car.
That was rough. I'm finna beat some people.
Willie asked, we are going into off season and I'm looking to start a new build and move away from the Traxxas conversion cars I've been running. What options are out there for complete cars that aren't conversion based?
Wow.
And which would you choose?
It's another one. I mean, if they're not conversion based, the only one is the Apollo or the Arrow. Right?
Currently available.
Yeah, I mean,
is the R1 car out yet?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not tremendously blown away by that car in any way, shape, or form, honestly. It's just, I mean, it's not a bad car, don't get me wrong. Any car is a good car, honestly. It's got the fun body post thingy, right? Where the chassis can go up and down. But I mean, it's kind of a flat, straight. Like I didn't see it now. I haven't seen one in person. So please, everybody, calm down. But I just didn't see anything that made me feel like, that's innovative. I see what they did there. And I will say that about the Apollo car. There were things on it when I looked at. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a little thought going into what's happening here, you know. So, and it's, I mean, I want to say the 5-star, but ours is a conversion. It's not a full RTR. But, I mean, I did a series of little videos. I should post those sometime. Like maybe 10 or 15 little 20-second videos or so where I point out a cool thing about the 5-star car. Like there's so many, when you look at that car, so many little well-thought-out details, you know?
Yeah. That's what sold me on it initially. So many good little details.
Yeah, it wasn't just a chassis with a associated gearbox bolted to the back of it, and that's it. I mean, there was, like, okay, yeah, that's on there, but let's figure out some ways to make it advantageous to have these items on here. Ooh, like that word.
There you go.
So really, honestly, and this isn't even any bullshit. I mean, I do like the Apollo car because you get everything for like $650 or something like that. I do like that.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult for me not to say a 5-star. I really love the associated diff and everything, which I've said. I just love that gearbox, and it works really well. It's very smooth for me. So, I mean, it's hard because I haven't driven an Apollo car, so I can't say. But I've driven this car, and I've seen, I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 other ones, between you and Kyle and Riley and Craig and whoever else around us. Eric has one. They freaking work so well. You build it, you put it down. It's a great platform to work from. It's a great platform. And then once you get super fast, like we started getting, then you dig deeper into the chassis and find a few more things to adjust to make it even better to handle that
and they've
power.
Got so much new stuff coming out all the time.
Yeah, they're not short on trying to. They're another one that's, like, yeah, dude, we'll build anything. Like whatever you think we should try, let's try it. I mean, there's
so many.
There's things they're coming out with that are things that I don't want to say I've come up with, but things that Colin and I know we're doing now. And they're making parts to fit that because we were off on our own, just drilling holes and doing our own shit everywhere. Because that's RC drag racing, kids. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, those honestly, I mean, that really is my only 2 choices. But I haven't used that many other cars. I mean, I agree with him. I'm not a fan of the Traxxas diff and gearbox and all that. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I don't find it to be a race level product, honestly. But that's just my opinion. So that's my opinion, Willie. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. But I don't know. I've seen 5-star cars work really freaking well.
God, they work good.
And I think the only reason you haven't seen them win more races is just that the guys who bought them just haven't been going to big races. That's going to change, though. I mean, dude, I don't give a fuck what race we go to. I'm going deep. I'm going to finals.
I won the biggest race of my life against you.
This guy.
That's a big race.
Isn't it time for a break yet?
Hey, I did it twice too.
You did. And then I fixed my car, so fucking let's do that again. Yeah, let's do that again. Get down
Let's
here.
do that again.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. Sandy,
Make it happen, Sandy.
we got a grudge race. Yeah, it's time. You need it. Yeah, you need this. I need to give that back to you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This car won't wheelie this time, and you will be in trouble. Big trouble.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. We need to get little cameras in our cars that point, left and right, so that we can look straight over at each other. You know what I mean? As the cars are going down the track, that's what I want. Cool. Fuck yes, because you're gonna see who pulls who. Cameras. Like you're gonna see it all from that. Like, oh man, I want that video so bad.
I got out 3 lengths and he came by.
Woo! That's what you're gonna see too. Whoosh! All right.
These cars are moving so fast; it's hard to really tell by eye.
Fast, man.
But
fast. I can't believe how fast we've gotten a rubber-tired 2-cell car, gearbox 2-cell car to go on a street with nothing on it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, those are supposed to be all the limiting factors, and it's not limiting anything.
No. I mean, it was limiting factors. We were running Primos for sure, and Banditos.
Primes.
Or Primes, yeah, and Banditos. Absolutely, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not now. That's all over. Now it is fucking balls to the wall. Like, yeah, if you aren't prepared for this now, you missed it. You missed it. It's evolved. It happened. We talked about it early on. It was going to happen. We all knew it does. It does. It has evolved because competitive people want to go faster. And this is where it is now. And if it's too much for you, then guess what? It's too much for you. It's just a plain truth. It's not a bad thing. It's cool. But yeah, if you're not at this level of competitiveness, if you don't kind of deep down enjoy the fact that you had to fight other people to get the right tire or the tire you felt was right, then you're in the wrong part of this hobby, my friend. I'm sorry. Go get into 13.5, but even that's an effed up class. But
yeah, that class needs to go away.
Yeah, junk class. It needs to turn into a full blown turbo everything. Yeah, full blown. Yeah.
And you can only run one or the other. That'll stop the Mark Vines and everyone from running.
I like that idea too.
That class at races.
Because they're going to want to run the big one where the money's at and all the glory's at.
Yep,
I agree too. Yeah, you shouldn't be running both those classes. And it's funny, it's because the people I've seen, oh my god, I'm glad you said that because now I know of people that I've seen recently win that class that have bitched because like it should be a starter class. Then why are you fucking in it, winning it?
Exactly.
Get your ass an outlaw where you belong.
Yep. Stop cherry picking.
Yep. I've never run one 13.5 race ever. I built a 13.5 car because I wanted to support the class, take pictures of it and all that, but I will not run it. No. That is a beginner class.
13.5 motor.
I don't even have one anymore. I sold it in the car. Went with the car, I think. All right.
Break time. We have so much more to cover.
I know. I was looking at all the new shit that we've come out with. The 3.0 motor is out. The cat pack is out. These are things that I've been running that have made me faster. It's not just the software. The software is good, but as all things in racing, and especially drag racing, it's a combo of a lot of little things.
It's a package.
Yes. You know?
Yep.
Someone asked me about the 10 gauge, 12 gauge wire, in your speed control thing. What I thought. And I go, honestly, I have a car with 12 and I have a car with 10. And they're identical cars. And they're indistinguishable run-wise between the two.
Yep.
But will I eventually change the other one to 10? Yes. Why? Because it might be the 0.0001 that's needed to click it over that one more tenth.
That's right.
It's the little tiny things. It's all the little tiny things. Why do you balance your back wheels and your front wheels? Because it's the little tiny things. It's not. I'm not going to balance them and then go out and go faster. That's not going to happen. I know that.
Nope.
I get it. My car's pretty refined, so I better not. Honestly, you know what I mean. If I balance tires and go out and go faster, okay, I got some big trouble in my car.
Yeah.
These things aren't. I'm not going to see these kinds of increases, but I know from science and years of racing, these things are better. Less resistance in wire is better. Better, bigger batteries that hold voltage higher are better. Tires that are better balanced and run more true to center and aren't, don't wobble or do anything, better. Sure, can you go with a little bit of a front wobbler? Sure, absolutely. Might not really do anything. I mean, maybe a 16th of a mile an hour slower. I don't know. But that, and then the next thing that you allow to slip in, and the next thing that you allow to slip in, now you're slower. Now you're on Facebook posting going, I can't get out of the 235s. I've done everything. I go 64 miles an hour. I got a MaxAmps battery. I got a DRK. I got a 3.0 or a 2.0 motor. I can't make it happen. It's a lot of things, man.
Let's put it this way. If every one of these little things, which people want to make a big thing out of, the wires, the balancing, this and that.
Yeah.
No, you don't need to do any of those. But if each one of those is 1/100th of a second.
Yes.
And you did 10 of those things.
That's the point.
You now have a 10th of a second.
That's the point.
There isn't one single thing that is going to take you from 2.3 to 2.0. There's a dozen or more things to add up to get you to that point.
Yep. I used to talk about my Pro Stock car, especially before the big Super Nationals back in 2019, whatever it was, when I went to Texas and won that. Like leading into that race, we talked a lot. I was racing out here at our thing. I won. I ended up coming back and winning the point series here, and then going on to Texas and winning the Super National there. I mean, it was fucking great. But leading into that race, and if you listen back on those shows, I talk a lot about that car got to a point where I felt it was perfect, and I mean that word very, very distinctly. Where you could point literally to anything. A fucking bolt on that car, and I could tell you why that bolt's there, why it's better than whatever bolt was in there before, and what the advantage of that is. Every single piece on that car I had looked at, analyzed, and refined to be better than whatever it was, and then start back over again, right? You just keep doing it over and over and over again. I will tell you right now, as good as let's say my gold car is right now, it's not perfect. It's close. It's getting there. And I'm still finding all those little I'm just looking through them. There's a lot more pieces on a car like this than there was on a Pro Stock car, for sure. But I'm refining them all. Like, I make a pass. Let's say I make a pass through all the shocks, and I refine everything, and I change, lengths and springs and oils and angles and whatever else you want to do to it, right? And it gets better. Things are better. Cool. And then I move on maybe to something now. Okay, but it's like the speed run thing where now it's better, but now my tires don't hold as well because now I'm able to put down so much traction. Now, now my wheelie bar's folding up. Whatever it is, there's always another step that comes from that. I know I'm successful in those things when I create that next step. When I create that next problem, I have been successful now. I've created a suspension system that is now putting out even more power. And now the wheelie bar can't handle it. Okay, cool. I don't mind that. Like, I mean, it sucks. I got to deal with it. But that actually it's kind of a weird scenario because that's actually what happened when I was running you that time. Was I started figuring shit out. My car started going much faster that day, but I was pulling the front end up, and I couldn't get it down, and I wasn't really aware that it was pulling up as much as it was till I saw a video later. But it was that kind of a thing where I had refined some things in the car, and now my traction was better. I was launching harder. It was pulling the wheels up more, and now I have a new problem. That's good, though, because now I have a new problem. It means my other problem is better. And so once I fixed the wheelie bar thing, then actually I was able to go back into the suspension again because I was able to find a little more in there to put down. And I actually, the last time out, had to readjust my wheelie bar again. There seems to be a weird balance going back and forth on those two. Or I get balance. Yeah, I'm getting so much power now, and then it goes to the wheelie bar. Okay, let's get the wheelie bar stout enough to handle that power. Okay, now it is. Go back to the car and start making more power. So, yeah, it's that kind of a thing. Yeah, like
there's
Colin
always
said,
a back and forth when you start really fine-tuning it.
Yep.
You go to one and you have to adjust it, and you go to the other and you have to adjust it, and then you have to go back to the one previous to make another adjustment to take advantage of what you just did to the other one, and it's there's no set one way of doing it. It's continuously moving. It's very fluid.
Yeah,
everything's very, very fluid in these cars. So when somebody asks for a setup, it's impossible.
No, I can't. I mean, I tell people all the time, I can show you exactly what's in my car, but I mean, don't expect us to do what it's doing for me.
And 99.9% of the times, they're not going to follow exactly what you told them.
No,
which throws everything off.
Yeah. Again, it's those little things, those little details. So, yeah, but this car is it's a lot closer, but it's not perfect, and I know how fast it is now. So once I really get this thing, oh man,
you're going testing this weekend, aren't you?
No, we are off this week. We are off until after Christmas. We have to be. Yeah, I gotta take care of Christmas stuff this weekend.
Take a break.
Yeah. My cars. I rebuilt all my cars last week. I think after we did our last test, which was super successful. What a great fucking day of testing. Kyle went faster than he's ever gone. I was so excited for him. I won't reveal the number. That's up to him. But faster than he's ever gone. A number he had never seen before come up. A number I've gone to, but he hadn't. And we had worked and just couldn't get it. Like, what the fuck? And it was that same thing. We started changing a few little things. Okay, use this. Okay, use this. Okay, let's change that. Boop, there it was. By the end of the day, I think he sent them to you.
He did.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Man, we were running some fucking mile an hour that day.
Yeah.
And that road was not good. It was weird.
I also saw that new MaClan DRK team member, Eric, was out with you guys.
Yep. We're working on Eric, getting him up to speed.
Good. He struggled at the race. I was down there. He was having radio problems. And it took me quite a while to figure out what was going on. I had to look at it and think about it, and then I went back and thought about it some more, and then I finally, something clicked, and I was like, wait a second. This is his radio. His radio's causing the problem. And I went over and I made some adjustments to his radio and fixed that all up, and then recalibrated. Boom, he went and made a pass at the end of the night after being frustrated all night.
Well, he made several with us last weekend, and I believe went faster and quicker than he's ever gone to. I think everybody did. Everybody did. I know I did, but then I spent a good amount of time. Riley wasn't feeling good, so it was just me and Kyle and Eric. So I got to spend time really let's fucking work. Let's get your car fast. Like, gosh dang it. Like, let's get my mind's not focused on mine right now. Let's really focus on yours. And dude, we got him there. I'm so happy for him.
Good.
Fucking fast, dude.
Yep.
I don't like people seeing. I kind of don't like when I see posts where people talk about the DRK. Like, well, if you're starting out, you should get this one. But if you really are trying to go fast, you should get this one. Really?
Yeah, no, that's not the case anymore.
That's why I'm saying I'll put up money. Come race me. Come race me. Come race this DRK. Full DRK system. DRK on a 3.0 DRK on a MaxAmps brick pack. Either a 5800 or a 7250. I don't know. It depends on what I want to put in the car that day. Weight and stuff. But yes, my shit is fast, dude. Super fast. I'll race anyone. Anytime. I can't wait. I love it so much. Although we're going to race first. So. Okay, we were going to take a break like 20 minutes ago. So.
Yeah, I'm going to have to run really fast to the bathroom here.
We're
going to take a break soon.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after these words. Got the need for speed? Go over 70 miles an hour in your MaxAmps.com powered ride, and you could win an exclusive custom t-shirt that cannot be purchased. Club members also receive a free MaxAmps.com swag package. And for you really fast drivers, hit 100 miles an hour in your MaxAmps powered ride, and you could also get a custom Nitro Killer hoodie. These items cannot be purchased. They are reserved for those labeled as truly the fastest. To qualify, email us a link to your YouTube video showing the following: your MaxAmps.com battery in your vehicle, and a GPS or radar to prove your speed. Once we receive the link, we'll send you your club member t-shirt or hoodie for a picture that we'll add to our Speed Hall of Fame. MaxAmps. Power. And we are back. Why don't we record all that stuff?
We need to record the off-air stuff.
Why don't we record it all?
Nobody wants to hear about me peeing.
No. We were talking about races we got to go to and setting our schedule up for this year and what we're going to do and what Colin's budget is and how many races he gets to go to. And yeah, that's it. I'm sure people are like, well, that'd be cool. Tell us.
My travel budget is limited, like most companies are.
Well, and your vacation time's limited. Your time with your family, they can only take so much of this shenanigans.
I would love to go to way more races than I actually do, but I don't know if you saw it, but I made a post. Was it a week or two ago about doing workshops?
Yeah,
for people at races, and
that's a good idea.
That is something that we can work out as far as the cost and all that kind of stuff to get that done.
Yeah.
As long as my expenses are paid, my flight and my hotel and all that kind of stuff, I'll make it happen. So I'm not looking to make money on it.
I would like to start getting more time to start doing videos again. I used to get to do a lot, but it's rough. I mean, we still don't have time for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, so one of the things we were talking about, though, I will bring this up because you are awesome listeners who were celebrating tonight. I'm sure one or two or 100 of you might be able to help us with this problem. The problem is this. Me and Colin were talking about easy ups and, like logoed tents and all that stuff. And in both of our experiences so far, those things are not cheap. They're spendy. And so we were discussing ways that you can get an easy up put together with your logos or a logo on it. And I was telling him, I'm pretty sure you can buy one. Like you could just buy like a regular old 10x10, say in black, and pull the cover off and have somebody put, like on T-shirts, like this.
Thing vinyl or whatever.
Yeah. Just like print that on there.
Screen print.
Yeah. So somebody smarten us up, message me, or actually probably better to message Colin, but smarten us up to what the hell we can do so that we want to make it so that, more guys across, the land can get this, and it's not $1,200 or $1,400 for an easy up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
they can go buy $100 easy up and then put a couple $100 more maybe into it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we bought one this year for MaClan, and it's got all the logos and everything on it. Mm-hmm. But it cost us like $1,200 for this 10x10 easy up, and it's heavy as hell. Mm-hmm. And to ship it around the country to go to these races is just not feasible.
Right. So we're thinking if we get a few made or something, and then I was even thinking, I was telling him like, if we could just get like the tops even, and make a bunch of tops, if that's a reasonable charge. So someone out there does that. One of you guys do it or know about it or can at least point us in the right direction. If we're being silly, if that's not possible, or if we're just missing the boat and $1,200 is insane money. I don't know.
It is.
But that was the same experience I had.
With no logo.
Yeah, I can go down to Walmart and get the same ones that I always use, the whatever the hell that thing's called. They're really good. They work really well. Until the wind catches them and they blow all crazy, they work great. And they're like $78 or something. Maybe $58. I don't know. They're super cheap on sale.
Well, even $100 for a little higher quality one.
Yeah.
But still, it's not $1,200.
No.
It's not an additional $1,100.
Think about that. You could buy 12.
Print something on
you could buy 12 of them for that. 12 of them.
Right. Why are we paying $1,200 to screen print this shit on a fucking tent?
Yeah, man. There's got to be a better way.
It's ridiculous.
Someone knows.
Somebody has to know.
Someone knows.
Because we want to have better looking tents at these races we go to. And I can't ship this tent that I've got here all over the country.
No.
It'll be $400, $500 just to ship it to every race.
Yeah, I was going to get one made a while back. I think it was for the show. I was just going to get like, the Speed Shop logos on it or something like that. And yeah, I couldn't believe the price. I was like, whoa, no way. No way. I go through these things too fast. Like they get destroyed because they're always being drug around, thrown in the back of the truck. You know what I mean? They just,
yep.
I guess I could take better care of it, but good Lord, at some point,
the wind comes up and destroys it instantly.
They're always getting beat up. So there's got to be a better way. Somebody out there, come on, help out a brother. Let us know.
It's got to be a better way.
All right. All right.
So,
let's see.
Chip Paccio
Yes, sir.
says, as a Voodoo sponsored driver, any chance you will convince them to actually make tires available to the masses?
Chip, I celebrate you because you are a listener and fan of the show, and this is a listener celebration. I celebrate you, my friend. But that's not my pay grade, my friend. I made probably one of the smartest sponsor moves I've ever made. And that is the opportunity presented itself to become a Voodoo driver. Actually, I'll even tell the real truth. Fuck it, because I don't care. I'll give it all. I'll give it all to you guys. So I saw one or two guys, actually MaClan guys, post up there, got a Voodoo deal. And I was like, oh, that's pretty awesome. Ooh, Old Smoky, I like that stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I thought to myself, that's probably smart, because if you've got a deal with the guy, you're at least an inch ahead of waiting for the pre-sale, right? Even if I still got to do the pre-sale or something, but I get 15%, like there's an advantage no matter what with this. And I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but that's the only tire I'm running anymore. Like, I have everything. We've been testing everything, the shit out of it, but everything that's available that I can purchase on anywhere, even on pre-order, currently, Colin Branch. The red Voodoo, although the blue I've kind of made magically work. I don't know. The red Voodoo tire, the way I set it up on air, has been perfection for me with my prep method. All those pieces together, right? I've got a plan there. It works really good for me. So I thought, I should be sponsored by them. I don't have a tire sponsor. And maybe then I could, at least get a few instead of spending $100 a pair on them. Or catching them, the pre-sale. So I messaged Matt and said, hey, dude, what's it take to be on your team? I think that might have been exactly what I said. And that was pretty much it, I guess. That's what it required.
He's going to get 100 posts or 100 messages this week saying the same.
F yeah. Matt's going to be so mad at me, it's going to be great. But he's already getting so much heat because of his tires. I'm nothing right now. But, and I even told Colin, and I'll tell you guys in the show because it'll really pee you off, but like a week ago, dude, I got a box full of tires.
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
Oh, no, I said I wasn't going to say anything because I even told Kyle, I go, dude, because I sent Kyle a photo. I go, if I was to put this photo up, the whole earth would crack open right now. Because it was like, I don't know, it was like a week before or less before the pre-sale.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I don't give no shits right now.
You are
just letting the balls hang out all the way, kids. This is what it's like. We're going to talk about sponsorship, and I'm leading right in with the truth of how it works. 30 plus years, and I told you I'm in a penthouse gold club, kids. Nobody gets what I get. Not in drag racing. No fucking way.
I don't even get what you get.
Yeah. I've been getting it for a long time, too, which is nuts. Because you guys are crazy out there. You're all into this. But anyways, that aside, I think I have a pretty good opinion.
Until the end of the year.
No shit, until this year's over, baby. Woo! You know I must want to give up all that money. So yeah. So I didn't post the picture though, but I thought just to be a total asshole, I'd tell you guys all that story. But let's talk a little bit about sponsorship. First off, I want to run down my list. Because honestly, these people are the reason why I even do a podcast or any of this stuff. So you should thank them. You don't have to, but that's cool. To be honest with you, nearly all of them, I mean, you're going to hear the times I've been with these because I jotted down the times I've been with each one of these. And it's a little silly. I mean, it's a long fucking time.
There's a reason for that.
It is. There is a reason for that because in every one of these, maybe but one, and it might only be MaClan now that I look at it. I owned the product before I was, a part of their deal. No, I had a piece. I mean, you gave me something to try, mess around with. So I guess
trying it before.
It kind of, but you know what I'm saying? Like even MaxAmps, I went and bought batteries, and then that all kind of came into play after that. But they're all companies of stuff that I use and I believe in.
That's key.
That's it, man.
It's key. You have to believe in it.
It's just like we talked about earlier, where it's all these little things right on the car, these little tiny adjustments. These are those things too to me. The things I put in the car, the things I choose to use, the people I associate with, the relationships I build. It's all God. So there's so much of it, you guys. You don't even know. There's so much of this. But so for the 2022. I wrote on here the final year. Sponsorship list goes like this. In no particular order, but they're absolutely in order. MaxAmps. Again, I think this is like year 17. I've been with this company as a full-fledged, I like to use the word employee because that makes all things clear, I think. We used to do trade shows, too. I used to get to go to trade shows all the time and all that. Used to really do a lot of fun shit like that. But those things have changed now, and it's all become a little more digital. But MaxAmps, man. I mean, I chose those batteries a long time ago. I set 8 different Guinness World Records between speed and, 24 hours on a crawler, straight driving, or actually an off-road, like, buggy thing, truck. Ran a single pack on a trail for 8 hours straight until it died at 8 hours and some odd minutes. Like, just crazy shit I've done with these batteries. Run incredible speeds. I ran 119 miles an hour on a 2-cell pack back in, like, 2010. Fucking 11 years ago, I did a number like that on 2 cells. 119 miles an hour. Nobody was anywhere near that kind of thing. Like 80.
On a 2S pack.
Yeah. A 6500.
What do you think is possible on a 2S pack right now?
Probably 140.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could get a 2-cell car to 140. 130, 140, I think. I knew I could go probably 123 at the time back then. But a lot of things have to come in play. When you're doing speed runs, especially those kind, you're actually running to a timing trap that's stationary. So you've got to make sure everything peaks right at the right time, right? Because these cars will nose over at this kind of speed. Like if you hit peak too long, they just start falling over the cliff because it's just too much you're asking out of this poor car. I mean, it's screaming by, with a ton of gear and everything else on it.
That relates directly to drag racing too, by the way. But
I'm telling you, I think that's why I have what feels like, at least in our small group, I have really great mile an hour. Is there just something in there I just get when I'm doing my tuning and my thing that, maybe that is my theory, right? I'm just building it somehow in that way. But I'm very much about peaking the car in the end of the track. Like I really play with the amount of time. That's why I love the DRK so much, because I can play with all the time and calculate exactly how long until all this turbo is in. How much time do I have on the track before the trap, in a 2-second run kind of thing. And yeah. So back to MaxAmps.
It's all math, kids.
It is all math. Oh my God, it's so much math. Thank God I went to school for that. No.
If you can't add and count, you're going to be in trouble.
You guts to math, kids. So MaxAmps again for the final lap. 17 years strong. Great company. Next on the list, MaClan. Again with them for the year 2.
We're almost into year 2.
Dude, it's just I mean, we said it earlier, but it's just shocking to me when I really think about it. It feels like we've been doing this forever. 1 year we've been grinding this out.
It's pretty rare that there's a day that goes by that we're not in contact about something MaClan related. Ideas going back and forth, whatever.
Well, and just all the things that have happened over this 1 year. I mean, dude, we met up with Big Chief and had, had lots of private talks about racing. He ran our shit. I gave him a car. I mean, we developed all kinds of software. People have gone nothing but faster using it. We brought a speed control to the market that no one had really seen or understood what it was, capable of doing. The only drag racing speed control out there still, really. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we've built so much more since then. I mean, the software, the data logging, everything has evolved. Now there's a 3.0 motor. Now there's a cap pack that won't burn up or do silly shit like the other one would do if you do big long burnouts. You'll kill the ESC before it now. Yay, that's what we wanted, I guess. But there we are.
The cap pack was kind of a
I know
device.
Yeah, I know. As I said, yeah, you'll burn up the speed control now. Cool.
Speed control.
Cool job. All right, whatever. But it is better. But you know what I mean? There's been so many things, and there's so much more. Like we're gonna plop a big blob of stuff all in one shot. Really, is what's gonna happen. But
oh my god,
so much. But I mean, it's just This has only been a year.
Yeah,
only been a year.
What a great year.
King of the Streets. We started off with both cars in the finals.
Yeah, we had both cars. Both cars were DRK equipped.
Yeah, so it's been. Wow. So year 2 with MaClan, on we go. Next is MKS Servos. I've been with them 12 years now, if you can believe that. 12 years, man. They weren't even doing car stuff when I met them. They had a booth set up across from me at one of the trade shows. And Thomas, he's the best guy ever. He was over there running the booth. He's their guy. And at some point he came over and we started chatting. He's like, well, I had my speedrun cars out on the table for the MaxAmps booth so you could see that and some boats and stuff. And he's like, he came over and I think I had Savox servos in my cars. And he's like, what do you think of those? And I'm like, well, I mean, they're okay. They don't center as well. Centering's a big deal for me, especially in a speedrun car. You want a car that servo can hold center so well that when you trim it, every time you go back, it does the same exact thing. And so if you trim it perfectly straight, guess what it does? It goes perfectly straight every time. Don't undersell how important that is in a servo. Please don't. Don't let your friends tell you they're all the same. As long as they go left and right, you can buy the $20 version. You cannot. I'm not even going to tell you what brand to buy. I believe in MKS, and I believed in it for 12 years. But buy a high-end quality brand name servo. You will thank me. It is like having a fucking gyro in your car if you buy a good enough servo. It really is that.
I wouldn't go that far.
The connection. You go and put some shitty old ass Futaba, 433 or one of them things where the plastic gears in there that buzzed all the time. Go put one in your car and see how well you get down a track. You know what I mean? Drag racing, people think like because it goes straight to it doesn't matter. I feel like it matters more. I spent so much more time trimming and getting speedrun cars and drag cars right. And when they're right, I go out and I have races like the last one. You just put down the car and it just goes away from you over and over and over again. Doesn't want to do anything else because your servo is able to find center every time perfectly. And that was one thing the Savox servos were not good at. They drifted all over the place. And so Thomas gave me one to try. He's like, here, try one. And I used it one time and I've never felt so connected. When I feel connected, like when the radio's in my hand and my fingers are on the wheel, I lose consciousness that I have that thing in my hand and I'm just looking at the car and it's just doing what I want it to do. That's how these servos make me feel. So there's my pitch.
Important to have a good servo.
Yeah. So like I said, I mean, and honestly, I won't pitch any brand because I know that there's high tech. There's all kinds of really great brands out there. But if you buy, dude, I spend, well, I don't, but the servos I run, it's Tim being a jerk night. Woo!
It's customer appreciation night.
It is.
Or listener
appreciation. Listener celebration.
Whatever.
But the servos I choose are, $160, $170, $180 servos. You buy up, but you're never going to replace it. You might every year or so, because I'm this way, I change out all the gears, put fresh gears in, because I want it fucking perfect all the time. But I'm Tim Smith. I mean, this is what you're dealing with this guy.
That's another thing that people overlook.
Yeah, servo maintenance is a big deal, man. I'm telling you, your car going straight is so important. You ask anyone that goes and races with me or especially tests with me, I do nothing but when I get there, I show up with cars with no bodies, batteries in them. I take each one up to the line. I run it 3 or 4 times up and down the track until that thing is going away from me so perfectly straight. Slow. I'm not trying to kill it. Yeah, slow. Right. I expect my chassis to be right so that when I put power, it doesn't go right or left. That's a chassis problem, right? Yep. And the beauty of it, once I have defined that my car is trimmed perfectly and going straight, any movement it does at that point, I know is some other issue. But if you haven't trimmed your car and the car's drifting on you, and I've had my car drift on me a little bit, like I bang into something maybe and bump it out a little out and then don't retrim it, don't recheck it again, and it wants to pull a little right or left, all of a sudden you feel like, oh, half-track car got loose. No, it didn't. You're trying to bring it back and it broke loose because your freaking trim is off. Your car has to go straight. We talked all for an hour and a half in the beginning of the show about all these little tiny things that mean so much. This thing means a ton. If your car goes straight, it is everything. I have taken a 10th out of an ET easily on a prep track by maybe adding 1 click to the right out into a car because it was just tracking a tiny bit left. Literally 1 click on the trim. One whatever that digit is, right? Click. That's it. That's it. Something else I'll give you one more tip before we run off from the servos is when you go up to run your car and you do your burnout and you roll it up, lift the nose up, turn your servo to the right, and then gently bring it back to center. Do it the same every time. And actually, I don't care if you go left or right. Doesn't matter. But reset the servo every fucking time. Your car will go so straight over and over and over. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, wow, my car is so much more repeatable now. Right. I know. These are those things, kids. That was a good one, too.
Yeah. People don't understand. You are subjecting your servos to an immense amount of abuse anytime you crash.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
You can
everything,
screw up the gears or whatever with just a crash. So
I think it was Mark Vine who
very important.
I think it was Mark Vine who said it really well when he was on the show and he talked about, you just can't wreck your cars anymore at this level. You can't.
No, you can't.
You do. It's a reset. And I've done that with Kyle. Like I'll bang a car in and then put it away. And you're like, you're not going to run it? Don't you want to put it on my setup sit? And like, nope. It's got to go home now.
Way too much work.
Got to go home. Got to go home. Got to come apart. Got to be all put back together on the setup table. Balance. I have to do it because there's no reason for me to run a car that's not perfect now because now I'm just going to fight a car. I don't learn anything from fighting a car. All I do is take it even worse. Right, take a risk of beating it up more. Right, exactly. So,
yep.
Yeah. All right, on we go. Tim's sponsors list for the year.
Sorry.
No, I do. We got a bunch to go.
Getting you off track.
I'm getting us off track. Next up, the infamous and already talked about Voodoo tires. This is year 1. I have run their tires a ton in rock racing, which is a form of off-road racing that you use scalers on. So you go real fast over big rocks. Kind of fun and crazy. You break a lot of shit, though. Woo! I think it's already gone away. I don't know that too many people rock race anymore. It's just too abusive.
Come and gone and come and gone and come and gone.
Yeah, they haven't figured out how to do it just right yet, but whatever. Rock racing. I had a way to do it the right way, by the way. I had a way and rules, and I just yeah.
The cars are too fast to do it realistically.
Right.
That's the biggest problem.
Next on the list is reaction time tire prep. I guess I'm sponsored by them. I know Tony really well. I'm friends with Tony. I've known Tony for years. I met Tony the first time he came out at the prep track and started racing with us, right? So I've known this guy for a long time. I've had wonderful steak dinners with Tony. Like, he's a great dude. I love this guy so much. Super great guy. Gives like you can't believe. So he always has given me, once he started making the reaction time, he's always given me some to use. And I love it. I've used all kinds of other products. And to be honest with you, for me, it provides the traction I need, plenty, under a routine that seems pretty easy to deal with. And it cleans off pretty easy, which is super important. I've used other ones that I liked, but they didn't clean off as easy. And I'm like, look, I don't want to go through 5 towels and a gallon and a half of naphtha trying to clean my tires because I can't get all this shit off of them. Like, there's got to be some middle ground here. And the combination I have right now with Voodoo's and that reaction time, man, it's just it's a great combination. Of course, I have a combination of how I prep my tires beforehand, and I use, like Frank's Pink Lemonade I'm using. Have you noticed he's using that name now?
Yeah.
I saw him make a post with it, and I was like, fuck yes.
Oh, he actually made a post himself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
He has some kind of deal going on his Pink Lemonade, and I'm like, gosh, dang it, I love myself sometimes.
I want to see the label say Pink Lemonade.
Dude, that's 100% us right there. 100%.
That's all you.
I love it.
Nothing to do with that.
That's so great. I wasn't going to let that one die. I loved it so much. And it's good, man. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great name.
Yep,
but that's what's badass. So I have a combination of that and how I clean it with naphtha and how I prep them and sand them and break them in. Like, I have all kinds of deals I'm doing with my tires and bagging them and everything. But, man, I've got it down, it feels like, because we've been going out week after week now. They bark like crazy. They have tons of traction. I've gotten the air situated to where I'm not really having air issues. I figured out how to build them better. Building them is very difficult on air, so... I'll tell you, the Voodoos are difficult to build on air because they're so thin. Because when you build them on air, there's space in there. You don't got anything in there, obviously, right? Because you're putting a valve and bullshit in it. So yeah, they're tricky. And when you go to a wider tire, they're even trickier, and you can get them off center very, very easy. To the point that I'm actually backing off from the wider wheel and going back to a standard wheel because I get a better mount job out of it. And I think the tire is truer. That's a hidden secret of my own, but I've actually moved back. I haven't noticed any traction difference. I actually have gone faster with the narrower wheel. Almost a mile an hour faster on average.
You're going to start a frenzy.
I'm just saying, on the regular wheel, yeah. So there you go. All right, Voodoo tires, reaction time. BC Wings. BC Wings is a company that is making, rear wings. I used to make wings forever, and now a bunch of people make them. This guy sent me a few wings. I really like some of the stuff he's doing to the wings with the inner struts, kind of the channeling of the air. I mean, whatever. I like the wings. You know what I mean? They look nice, and I like them. They're low. They're clean. I don't put a lot of... I'm not going to, tell you it's the greatest wing on earth. They're all wings. They're all Lexion wings. We all do the best we can with them. I like his wings, and so, yeah, run them. 5-star chassis, of course. This is year 2, I think, right? Or no, this will be year 2 coming up. Because we got him at Super Chip, or right after Super Chip.
May will be 1 year.
Oh, yeah, May. So it hasn't been a year on that car yet. Wow. We're doing things with that car, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has anybody been as fast as me on a 5-star? You know how fast I've gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Who else has one?
Oh, yeah. Joey Davis.
Oh, he runs a 5-star. Okay. Yeah. So he's been as fast. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if anybody else is running
out there too.
Running that number
pretty quick.
They're running a 5-star?
Yep.
Okay. Dude, why aren't they telling us then? I need to know that. Oh, Joey was part of our news too whenever we haven't got to our news.
We haven't got to that part yet.
Holy smokes. 5-star chassis, CowRC. I've been with them over 10 years. The hide wipes, the CowRC Utter Butter, the Moose Slick, the motor cleaners, the magnetic tabletop mats. And then to sum all that up, I don't know if anybody knows, but if you know Heath, the guy who runs that company, you won't meet a finer man. You won't meet a more straightforward person in your life. Great dude, giving dude, generous dude. I mean, he's worth reaching out just to get to know.
I will second that.
Yeah, you just had your first conversation with him like a week ago or something, right?
Yeah. There's a bit of a story to that.
Oh, yeah?
I learned about the hide wipes from coming down and racing with you, and testing with you.
Dude.
And those things, there's nothing that takes that black shit off your hands as well as those hide wipes does. I promise you that. Naphtha on a rag doesn't take that black shit off your hands like those hide wipes does.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to get some. And I was going to order some, and the way shipping is now and the shipping companies and
Dude, shipping is ridiculous right now.
So these containers are so big and contain so many, they last forever. I didn't need to order more than 1 or 2 of them. So the shipping was as much as the containers were, which I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So
I gotcha.
what I wanted to do was have a group of guys up here that I've sold on these things, on these hide wipes, to all go in and we'll all order a bunch.
Do group buy.
We did it, yeah. And save on shipping.
Dude, that's smart, yeah.
So I think we got like 14, 15, 16 containers sold up here.
Wow, nice.
So I contacted Heath. I actually emailed him on his website.
Mm-hmm.
And this was, it was probably like 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in New York.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
Yeah, he's up.
And I got a email back from him within 10 minutes saying, "What's your number? I'm going to give you a call."
Yep, he likes to talk.
Like, this is after 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, and I got to reply that quickly. And he took care of us and got our order all put together. And once I got everybody paid up and we placed the order, it was less than 10 minutes when I had a shipping and a tracking number from the time I placed that number, that order. Like, Heath is the man.
He's amazing.
He's taking care of his customers like I've never seen before.
Yeah, he's amazing.
So, and you got to have these hide wipes if you're drag racing.
Dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I know. They're crazy how well they clean your hands. And they smell nice and stupid. I know.
Yeah.
I'm down to, I think I have 2 more jugs left, which,
it's like 2 years worth.
Yeah, well, my wife has one in the kitchen, so I don't know if I can get that one back now, but she uses it for everything too.
I'm not even introducing these to Jen.
No, you'll lose it.
Because I will never get them back.
She came out here and I was cleaning my hands with them. She was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's these cleaners that he sent me, And I was like, "Yeah, they're really nice. They smell nice." Oh. And then that jug went away. Like, it was brand new. I only pulled the first one.
Yeah. You can't buy shit like this in the store.
No. None of his stuff is like that. Go to CowRC. I think it's CowRC.com. Go there. Look at his stuff. Man, really good shit. Good chemicals and stuff like that. So, all right.
It's funny because I've been hearing about CowRC for years and years and years, and I've seen people posting about how great the products are and how great he is, and I'm almost embarrassed to say that I haven't tried.
You don't know until you know.
And I'm blown away. And no, I'm not sponsored by CowRC.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting anything special. I'm just saying what I know about a product that I used. So,
dude, get the hide wipes.
Get the hide wipes if you're drag racing.
Yep. All right, and the final sponsor for the 2022 drag race season for me is RC Speed Secrets. They came on board a few months back. I met Art out at one of our test days. He lives out that way, and Kyle knows him real well, and he came out, and we hit it off. He's a super cool dude. Just a cool dude, you know what I mean? And you've met him, right? He's been to the race when you were out there.
I've met Art a couple times now that I've been down there, and he's an awesome dude.
Art is an awesome dude. Super cool dude. Unbelievable bearings, okay? The story behind that is Big Chief, actually. Me and Justin were talking one night, and he's like, "Man, I just got these bearings, and they're insane." I'm like, "Really?" I go, honestly, I've never put too much into that. Like, I mean, new bearings are nice, but I think as long as you keep them clean, you know what I mean? Bearing's bearing, right? To some extent. He's like, "Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But I got it from this place." And he tells me it's RC Speed Secrets. I'm like, "All right." And so then, I don't know, somehow it got in my head, and I was like, shit, I got to get a set. And so I ordered some of these bearings, and I got them for the whole, for my whole car. I replaced everything in it. Dude, I did a little video. If you search around in my line, there's a video of it. I mean, like a minute and 40 seconds or something like that. The rear wheel spin. It just goes and goes and goes and goes. It's a little crazy. And all I did was stick them in. I took the old ones out, stuck those in, put everything back together. I didn't do anything to it. Nothing. So I was pretty blown away by that. Another company that I use their stuff, and then they come along, and then I meet him. And I meet Art a few weeks later, and I'm just like, dude, your bearings are freaking nuts, dude. And so he's like, well, let me bring you some stuff, try out. I'm like, all right. And so he knew I was building the gold car at the time, and that's when he brought me all the gold turnbuckles and everything else for it. So it was a whole, entire gold car. A bunch of titanium gold screws, all that. So we just kind of locked in for next year. Like whatever, man, I'm going to run your stuff. So let's just make it official. There's no question. So there's a list. I think it's pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it. It's companies I think a lot of. I think all their products are honestly top notch, along with the people that are involved with them. So for me, MaxAmps for batteries, MaClan for power, MKS for servos, Voodoo's for tires, Reaction Time for grip, BC Wings for aerodynamics, 5-star chassis to make it all happen, CowRC to keep me clean for sure, and RC Speed Secrets to make everything work. So there it is. That is a list, dude.
You know what the common denominator is?
What's that?
We were talking about sponsorships and how this all works.
Yeah.
The return to those sponsors that you give them. It isn't, they're not just giving you stuff and not expecting something in return.
Oh, no.
You give them far more than what they give you.
In some cases, maybe.
That's the bottom line when it comes to the sponsorships. You're promoting the products,
yeah,
and you're actually selling the products.
Right. This has been a long journey to reach right today now. Right? To go down that list and redo that list and talk about it. MaxAmps is the easiest one to go back to the beginning of that journey. I've been with him 16 years. This has been a long journey. Most of you listening to this show probably haven't even been in RC6. Right?
Right.
I've been with one main sponsor that cut me checks for 16 years. That's a long, it's a crazy amount of time, Yeah. So yeah, this has been a unbelievable journey. There was no podcast. I mean, there was, it became, but all these things, like I said, none of this, I go away, all this goes away too. Like I don't, this is to support who's supporting me. It's all about that. It's all about content. It's all about all these things. So when I see people get so upset, people get sponsorship. Yeah, but they're trying to add value.
Right.
You can't kick people because they want to go out and get sponsorship and try to be a part of the game. I never understand that when people get so mad at well, they're just 50% deals. They're just nothing. Like, no, they're not. They're part of it.
I think people would be blown away if they saw the percentages of what the deals are that people are actually getting.
I don't think people realize, yes, you're exactly right. I am a very, very, very odd bird in all of this in that way.
Yeah, you're probably like 0.05%.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, how many people are, I'll just say it this way, how many people are cutting checks that aren't going in and punching a clock every day?
Right.
Even some sponsors I know of, some companies I won't say, but ones I like, they were, guys that were getting paid still had to come in like during the week and package and stuff like that. Like they still get some work out of you. They're not, you're not just going to sit at home, draw a check. They aren't just going to make it.
You need to bring in more money for the company than they're paying you.
That is correct. Remember how we talked about how the tires, you want to make twice on that? It's the same the other way too. Mm-hmm. So every dollar they pay me, I need to give them 2 back. And so that's the goal. That's always the goal.
You see somebody with the like the 50% deal, that's going to be probably 90% of the sponsor people out there.
Yeah.
People with like a 65% deal, that's going to be maybe 10%.
Yeah.
and then you've got some top pro guys, and I'm speaking of not just drag racing, but all of RC.
And you're also talking about sponsors at the level of a real company, not downgrading, a small, someone who's just doing it out of their house, but we're talking about, like a major company.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Nobody, those guys, 50. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, and I know a bunch of people, I don't know anyone that's, the only ones that I know are either basically getting free everything, or they're 50. I don't know anyone in between that. And the ones that are getting free everything, like 2 or 3.
Exactly.
Realistically.
It's very, very few.
And then out of those getting paid, 0. I
think. You can count them on your hands, basically, in the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, some guys get,
includes
travel and that.
On-road, off-road, and drag racing.
Really?
You can count all those guys on.
Yeah, and we're not talking about travel. We're talking about, just...
Right.
You just get a check. Yeah. It's so...
Very, very few.
Yeah, so I think people just need to really understand that. And though I'm here, I was there. I was getting 20% deals. You got to start somewhere. Don't kick people's balls in because they're getting deals and they're trying to figure it out. You got to figure it out. Very few make it. I mean, honestly. Otherwise, there'd be a whole bunch of dudes just like me. But there's a lot to this, and it's a hobby. And so you really, at some point, have to draw the line, because you're going to go a long time, maybe ever, where you don't get a penny back. You only pay in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in it for the money, then, again, just like no prep, it's wrong for you, dude. Because that ain't going to happen. It's just not going to be.
If you're judging your sponsorship deals by the level of discount they're giving you, then you're in this for the wrong reason.
Yeah, you just want to pick a company you like. And like I said, with the Voodoo thing is a great example. Even at this level for me, I even thought to myself, dude, even if I get a deal on them, or maybe I can get the pre-order before the pre-orders and actually not have to stress out and I can get my shit, right? It seemed worth it to me. So there's nothing wrong. Like, don't kick people. I mean, I get it when people don't get a sponsorship or whatever and they get upset. I get that, I know when you want something, you don't get it. I've not gotten things I've wanted, and it sucks. I get that.
Yeah, it's
but posting, talking shit on people that are, out getting their 50% deal, which 90, like you said, 90% of the guys out there are.
Well, 90% of the sponsored guys are.
Right.
Not 90% of racers.
No. I know. That's what I mean. What do you think percentage of racers are truly sponsored?
In drag racing or?
Yeah, no, just in drag racing. Just in drag racing.
I would probably say...
Can you say how many people are on our team right now?
10%.
10%, that's probably, yeah.
I don't have a definitive number yet for this year, but I know that we're at 50% of what we were last year.
Mm-hmm.
We intentionally cut the team in half.
Do you have just a general guess? Under 40?
Yes.
Under 20?
No.
Okay. Yeah, with MKS, because I'm somehow still the team manager there. I don't even know how that's happened, because I don't ever visit there. Last time I checked, we were about 20, a little less maybe, somewhere around there. That's a manageable size.
Yeah,
So 20 out of the how many thousands of people are doing it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
The amount of applications I got this year, and
was it a lot? Oh yeah,
man.
People are excited to be on the team.
Doing for the last month. It's a big job going through all this stuff.
Oh, I don't envy you.
And then having to send a letter to somebody, like an email to somebody that personally, and
I know.
You want to bring on the team, but you just can't because you've only got so many spots. It's really tough, and I'm sure that there's going to be friendships that have been damaged a little bit, but I know
it's
nothing personal.
I know.
It really isn't.
But I know, and I understand it still hurts. It sucks. It sucks for you. It sucks for it sucks for everybody. But it's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm old school when it comes to this stuff, and I don't believe in handing out sponsorships to just everybody that applies.
Mm-hmm.
And so this year we had to restructure, and we cut it way back, and I had to be way more choosy, I guess you could say, on who we brought onto the team.
Well,
and who
I would say more specific. You had goals to meet, and who could help us get those goals.
Right. And I had to think about what we're going to get in return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't
a two-way street.
Yeah, it wasn't about like, hey, we'll get you a deal on speed control and then just run it, and maybe your friends will see it. It's like, well, we need to do this kind of testing, this kind of testing. We need to have it spread across the nation. What are our best choices to really fit that kind of a void? I know
it's very tough.
I know. I saw a few that didn't get it that I thought would, and I was like, oh man, and I could tell they were bummed. But
maybe I didn't get 100% right, but
what can you do, dude?
I did my best.
Yeah, what can you do? So we're sorry. Sorry if you're upset.
Sucks. I think we got it pretty close, but I had to make some tough decisions.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
All right. Give me a question. And I got one thing I came up with something cool I want to tell everybody about.
All right.
And then we could talk about how we're done great. We just again murdered a show, no problem.
Yeah. We hardly scratched the surface of the questions. But so Daniel Price, who's a person from up here in Washington, Eastern Washington, actually. He's not from this specific area, but he is from the state. With some new tires coming out with equal length sidewalls, what kind of impact will that have on acceleration and tuning?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know until I run them. May not be that big of a deal. It might be crazy. I don't know. I would think it would be positive. I don't think it would be a negative.
I don't think it can be a negative.
No, I don't either. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to see. Yeah, I think in this next year we're going to see a lot.
Yeah, we're still in.
Yeah, look how much we've seen in this last year.
It's still in its infancy.
I made a post.
So much more to learn.
I made a post the other day that showed from the data from King of the Streets last year in March or April, whatever it was. I don't remember now. February, something like that.
It was February because it was fucking cold.
Oh, yeah, it was so freaking cold there. Jesus, it was right. And so it was 10 months ago, right? 10 months ago.
10 months ago.
10 months ago.
Nothing.
And the average time, 90% basically of the people were running basically a 2.3 to a 2.4. Average mile an hour was like 60 mile an hour. The winning cars were
really?
Yeah, the winning cars were like 2.3 cars.
I remember that, but it was only 60 miles an hour.
I think so. Here, I can look.
We've gained 20 miles an hour in 10 months. Mind you, the fastest cars at that race did not win it.
Yeah, the highest category of mile an hour. Let me see how I can describe this to you. So I don't have the total number of runs listed here. But let me turn it sideways so I can actually see it.
I think the ones that adapted the best.
So here you go. This is the whole, I'll give you each category, okay? So 70 miles an hour, and nobody went above 70. Like they were just 7-0.
7-0
yes.
Or in the 70s?
No, 7-0. No one went above 7-0.
All right, so we've gained 10 miles an hour in 10 months.
Five runs out of 4 guys were 70 miles an hour, right?
Wow.
18 guys made 36 runs between 65 and 70. 50 people made 79 runs between 60 and 65. 73 people made 116 runs between 55 and 60. 76 drivers made 95 runs between 50 and 55. From 50 to 60 miles an hour was the meat of this curve at that race. 10 months ago. You want the ETs? I'll give you the ETs too if you want. I got them right here now.
Let's do it.
All right. So, whoop.
It's very eye-opening, actually, to read this.
All right. So, there were no cars that went 2.0 to 1.9. 3 drivers each made a pass between 2.0 and 2.1. 3 drivers. Okay. 20 drivers made 27 passes between 2.1 and 2.2. 34 drivers made 48 passes between 2.2 and 2.3. You ready for the meat of the curve? 49 drivers made 96 passes between 2.3 and 2.4. That is the highest point. The next behind that is 57 drivers made 69 passes, 2.4 to 2.5.
And the winner of both the finalists
was 2.3. Yeah, 2.35-ish area, I believe, was the number. And then if you just to screw with you a little bit more, 31% of the runs by competitors were aborted. 69% of the people were able to make A to Bs.
69. I think that's the key number.
Just fucking show up and put that shit down and make sure it goes the other end. You you basically had a 33% chance ahead of everybody else, or 30% chance.
You're already ahead of the third of the field.
Yeah.
If you can go A to B.
And you just got to do like a 2.3 and you're freaking money.
We both failed to go A to B at that race.
Yep. Spun my tires because I didn't know what I was doing with prep yet.
We had no idea what we're doing.
Nope. No clue.
Yep.
So now we race in fucking terrible cold ass conditions. Everything. Crazy.
It's different now.
So was that the question? I don't even remember now. It doesn't matter. I did have something I wrote down that occurred to me when I was watching. I've been watching the Street Outlaws Team Attack and whatever the other thing is. No Prep Kings.
No Prep Kings.
Yeah, that Ryan Martin guy. He's something else.
He's a machine.
He's something else. I love so much about him.
But it's also very money.
That's fine.
Big money.
Well, that's fine. He still shows up with the car. It freaking works. And the $4 part doesn't break on him, so he's doing something right. It's called maintenance. It's called being on top of your shit. He shows up with a brand new car, back on a new car, and then right back out on top again. Where all these other guys you hear week after week, like, oh, he's got a new car, he's got a new. It didn't seem to affect him any, did it?
No.
Crazy. He got faster.
He's on top of shit.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
He's so tight-lipped and like soft-spoken.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
I love listening.
More than he's leading.
I love listening too. That he's talking about. Oh man, he's not sure if it's going to do this. Not sure if he's going to do this. And then he goes out and makes just the nicest passes.
Bullshit.
But
what he's doing.
He talks about it the way we talk about it now too, with the plan and how you add and where you add and what the car's doing. And listen. I know it's a great show and it's fun to watch, but listen to him. Listen to the things he's thinking about adjusting and how he's adjusting them. I'm telling you, it's a direct connection. I listen to him, and even my wife is in. She's like, it's like listening to you and Kyle talk.
Yep.
Like you guys are saying the same words. He's on a laptop just like you. Like there's no difference right now.
That's right.
So, anyways,
looking at data and figuring out where you can put more in or take some out.
Yep. He talked about, this was my favorite because we've done this. I do it all the time. You even questioned one of my tunes I stuck in our group thing one night about it. Was he was talking about
as fuck.
Huh? Oh well,
spicy as fuck.
But Mark Vine needed it. But no, one of the things though in there was he said he was talking about basically. Hold on.
Somebody's searching for something.
Wow. Okay.
Here he comes.
He was saying that that basically he was getting too much wheel speed. Like he was spinning, tires about quarter track or something like that. He goes, what I'm actually going to do is lower the power because I think I'm putting too much power. I'm actually starting the spin there. If I can take a little power out, it'll actually go faster because I won't be breaking the tires loose. And it was the exact same thing I was doing in my tune. I had this one stage where I was basically softening it. Like it's this weird little dip in my whole thing. Why? Because the tire, I didn't want the tire to over rotate, and that's where it's wanted to do it. So if I just put this tiny bump in there almost, it didn't do it. It went away, and the car got fast. So yeah.
Please send all inquiries to timsmith.com.
Yeah, watch that show and learn. But something I gained from that show that I think we should be doing or promoting doing, and I know Kyle would be into this because he loves a good time, is something they do at this that I think is important, is they do it for all the rounds, and sometimes our races are too big, so we can't. But they do the chip draw. And they bring everybody out there. They circle everybody up, right? Or line them all up. And everybody draws a chip and stands there for a minute. And he calls out the names. And you walk up and throw that thing in there. And everybody gets to see who's going to run who. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Some of the races What? What's the but? What's the but?
We're way bigger than that.
No, I know. That's no. Hear me out. Hear me out. No, not that. I'm saying though, when we get down to like the last 8 or maybe even 16, depending on how much time it really takes. No.
Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I know our races are too big for that to start off with, but I think it's important to do towards the end though.
Yes.
I think it's important because we film these and we do all this kind of stuff, and when you're watching that, the night I know that the night when you and me and Mark, like this last race, when we were all racing together, when we were drawing chips, and you hand them to her, she writes it down. We're all like looking at the board. We all want to see, fuck, who'd I get? Let's do it out in front of everybody.
That's right.
Put it on video.
Spectacle.
Because then, if it's on video, we can do a quick little live. Everyone's going to see it. And they're going to be humped up because all of a sudden, like, oh shit, Mark drew Colin. Holy shit. And people are going to want to see it. So I'm just
100%.
Dude, I'm all about promotion. I'm always looking for a way to make things just a little bit tastier and yummier to play with. And I think that's a simple thing we can do. I've seen them do it. And I found myself getting excited. Like, oh shit, who's Ryan going to draw? Like, oh man, what's going to happen this round? And so
when we get down to the top 16, we need breaks anyway. So that's a great opportunity.
Right, a little bit more time.
It continues the entertainment and the interaction with people online.
Yep.
For sure.
That was the only thing I thought was it would have to be at the 16 or under point, because there's a lot of us. I get that. And honestly, even at those races when they draw right off the bat, it's there 16 or 20 or something like that.
Yeah, they only have 16 or 20 to begin with.
And it's not as exciting as when it starts getting down.
Right.
When it starts getting down, then it's like, okay, now it matters. Like now you go out, now you really lost something, you know what I mean? Or now you win and you're close, or you're winning it or something like that. So
yeah, we need somebody with a handheld camera that's actually into it and being able to announce it and commentate. Commentate what's going on in that situation.
Yeah. So I think it's a good idea. So there it is. Here's my idea for the week. All right, cool. Happy to give.
Love it.
All right, give me a question.
First round chip draw needs to be done while you're doing your registration.
Yes, absolutely. To get it all moving. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Right.
John Fullwider says, what times and speeds do you think we will see in 2022 season? I'm not thinking anybody saw the 1.7s, 1.8s we saw this year. At a certain point, we will have to hit a wall with times.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But everything's evolving so much. I mean,
what's your prediction?
Well, I mean, okay. First off, I got to say something with my prediction because I'm going to talk about Facebook times and I'm going to talk about real times. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to talk about times in general because I'm not a fan. So times. I've recently seen a lot of ETs. We all have. I unfortunately see a lot of the same ones coming from the same place, and they seem incredibly low. I'm not even going to get into that. Look, there's times being posted that I don't believe are true. From a lot of years of racing and knowledge and looking at timing tree setups and understanding what happens in this whole thing. So that aside, I have yet to see any of these Facebook numbers at a big event. Ever.
Right.
They did pop some 80s mile-an-hour things up in Colorado, but you can...
Colorado is the only place.
I could sit here and argue, yeah, it's like 6,000 feet of elevation, though. And you're talking to a guy who does speed runs. I know how much faster you go up there. It's big. So, I don't really buy all that, okay? I still honestly believe... Now, I go by my GNSS. I don't run a timing system. We don't run... everywhere we race, we don't run timing systems. We run instant green.
That's a whole other story.
I'm going to get there. I'm going to get you there. Don't worry. I'm going to let you loose on it in a minute. I'm just waving the stake in front of you right now, getting you ready to go. That's all I'm doing. Again, I know exactly what I'm doing, Colin.
All right. You're the pro,
dude. I'm the master of this ship.
Just know I'm rare.
I know you are.
This one.
I'm just letting you. Even this right now. I'm just letting you just charge up even more.
It's simmering,
driving you crazy. So I know what my car does on a GNSS. I know what my GNSS does on a timing tree. I ran it a long time ago now. It's been a while. But I have a pretty good idea what it runs, if you want to call it a real time. I don't really care what the time is, to be honest with you. It's fun to post them because people get all giddy about it. But to me, all I'm doing is trying to take a number and establish if I can go better than that number. Because when I come back tomorrow, I'm going to have to start all over in the process again. You know? So that 1.92 isn't going to matter jack shit when I come back on Sunday and I got to go back to a 210 and start the whole process again. So I'm not into that so much. It just, to me, it's a pride thing that, okay, I was able to go through the steps and get it back into the 1.92, 1.94. Cool. Awesome. Back there again. Nice. I know that's fast. I know when I run other people that I know are fast, I'm as fast. So there's my barometer. So as far as times, to be honest with you, if you showed up with a car that goes A to B really well and runs high 70 miles an hour and a 2.0, you're going to go a bunch of rounds.
You have a chance at winning any race at this point.
You could sneak by the fast guy or he gets taken out or somewhere and on you go, and that's that. So, yeah, just because one guy can do it doesn't mean 90 guys can do it. I can tell you that right now. I race with a lot of dudes and chicks, and
Miss Stephanie.
Dude, she's, yeah. We're going to talk about that girl in a minute. What the hell? How'd she lose? She's on a streak. We've done something to her now. It's our fault.
I got her in the first round this time.
I think I started that. She's going to blame me. So yeah. I think a 2.0, I mean, honestly, those are the real numbers. Those are really the numbers that's going on. Really are. On average, overall. Like I said, yeah, you can go to a good place.
I still think a 2.0 is still very fast as far as the average is concerned. Considering the thousands and thousands of people that are into this.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I race with a lot of people and see a lot of cars, and there's... at this point, as fast as my car is, I haven't seen another car that I feel is faster. They're all slower in varying degrees in my mind. So, and I'm not 1.8 or 7 or whatever he said.
No,
that's crazy talk.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not.
And I'm not doubting that that's ever been done, but
I don't know.
That's like,
I know what it takes to gain those kinds of gains, and it's, yeah, I don't think we're there yet. But anyways, that aside, because it'll just upset people. It's just going to upset people.
We're already going to get hate mail.
Yeah, then I'm doubting what they did. That's not what I'm saying. I'm sure you put in a great performance and your car was awesome. Absolutely, 100% sure of that. I think you were tricked. If you want to know the truth. So, let's talk
There's
a little.
An easy way to tell about timing systems when.
Don't even do it.
Okay.
Don't even do it.
All right.
Let's talk about that. There. I mean, let's talk about timing systems, because out here on the West Coast, all the races I go to, whether it's in, in Arizona, they have a timing system now. Mm-hmm. Well, for the most part, Kyle and like Kenny's race up there, the big.
We need to talk about Kenny's race. We need to talk about Kenny.
All right, we'll get to the timing system then after Kenny's. You want to talk about that? We're going to talk about timing systems and how much Colin hates them, so just hang on. So Kenny B.
How old is Kenny?
I think he's about 17.
17.
Yeah, about the same age as my son.
17.
My kid's in playing computer right now. This kid he's been organizing races because he's pretty local to me. I think he lives actually in the town right next to me. I think he's in Marietta right here. He's been kind of organizing these little races for a couple of years now, at least. And it just sort of started off quietly. He was just kind of doing it. We'd all meet up because we were doing it anyways, and they'd race and all that. But man, it's like it's really turned into something for him because he had this Toys for Tots race. And I didn't think, because people messaged me going, hey man, are you going to this race and all? I'm like, no, because he has races, but it's just in the street up in an industrial park. And I'm like, no.
I had no idea.
I didn't think it was, I didn't think, I even told people, no, I don't, it's just in the street. I want to make sure you understand that, right? This isn't like King of the Streets or Super Chip or something. I don't think.
There's regular traffic through that street throughout the whole day.
Absolutely there is, right.
That's true street outlaw right there.
So he puts on this race, and he has a freaking ass load of people that come out. Fast dudes.
Traveled
guys flying
distances.
In. Hawaii. Yes. Our boy Jay coming in.
Yeah. Colorado.
So,
Arizona, everywhere. Everybody came in from like the western half of the country.
Yeah, I think they had 30, 60, something like 60 some odd entries in Outlaw. I don't know if they did double entries and all that, so I don't know if that's like 30 plus guys did 60. Like I always get confused in that when they do the double entry thing.
Fast motherfuckers.
But a lot of fast dudes came. You got fast guys out here though. You got like Jordan Yancey who's fast. There's fast dudes around out here. I didn't go to that race because of the Christy Christmas party. We were going to go, and we realized it was
the reason I didn't go to either of them, either the Christmas party or the race, was because if I went to one and not the other, I would have got shit for it.
Yeah.
So I decided to stay home and be miserable and watch both of them online.
At least you got to watch them online, I guess.
No, there was fast dudes. It was Eli Cernan from up here in Washington.
Yep.
Went down. Did he go? I think
he went to the finals. He lost to Joey Davis in the finals. Joey won $3,250.
Joey from Colorado?
He's fast. He's been fast for a while. Like he's another one of those dudes. Like there's a few super fast guys that I've just wondered how come they haven't won yet. Like anything that we've paid attention to.
Fucking hard.
Yeah, this shit's hard to win.
How many repeat winners have we had of big races?
None.
One.
Oh, who?
One.
Mark?
No.
Who?
Not Mark.
Who repeated?
Dibs.
What did he win the second one?
Two big ones. He won the first Super Chips.
Yeah, I know that.
And then I think he won the
totally blanking out?
Kentucky race or whatever it was.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Mark's won a bunch of races, but I don't know if they've been that big.
No, we consider events.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think it's just the way this goes. You can't judge the fast guys by who's won the big race. Anybody who's won one of these big races is a big deal. But every single one of these big races is a different winner.
Yeah, because they're so fucking hard to win.
They're so hard to win.
Yeah.
And there's so many fast guys.
Yeah, now even more. Although, honestly, I don't know that it's more fast guys. It's just that overall 2.3 to 2.4 AT has grown a bit.
Well, yes.
We're going to see whatever the next big race is. If someone wants to send me the data, I'll crunch it up, make it look pretty, and we'll figure out what's going on out there.
I wish we had done that from every race all season. And you could actually see the numbers changing.
Mm-hmm. Now, the problem with that is something I want to talk about. Oh, wait. Let's finish about the race, Kenny's race. See, you got me going. I want to get there now.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, that race turned out to be far bigger than I had even anticipated.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had gone. But if I had gone there and then didn't go to Kyle's party, that would have been, I don't know, frowned upon by... I don't think Kyle would have held it against me, but I would have felt guilty personally that I didn't go to the party. So for me, it was tough to decide between the two, and I just stayed home. But that was a fantastic looking race, and I really liked the outlaw style of it where you're actually on a street, and it was, I don't know, there was a lot of fast dudes there, and I really would have loved to have seen where I stacked up against arguably some of the fastest guys in the country. Frank wasn't there, but a lot of the, Mark was there, and some of the Arizona guys were there, and Jordan was there, and Eli was there, and these people are arguably the fastest guys in the country, and I believe that any of them could win any of the big races anywhere in the country. Mm-hmm. So it really would have been great to see where I stacked up there, and
yeah, that's why I wanted to go too.
Yeah. But it was tough to decide between one or the other. The party I really wanted to go to because, I love you guys, and I love Kyle and Sandy, and I love Sandy's pirate mom.
Dude, you would have had a good time at that party.
I know I would have, but
she has a cool
the fact
house.
That they were both on the same weekend really was the deciding factor that I didn't go to either.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Unfortunately.
I got you. So
you got something else you want to talk about, apparently.
Well, no, I want to finish off talking about Kenny's awesomeness. So from what I hear, what Kenny told me, they raised over $10,000, which is insane.
Awesome. So awesome.
They got like about 500 toys that people gave them at the race. They also had a 13.5 class, and our girl Stephanie lost to Jonathan Schultz. Jonathan won $630, I believe.
Yeah, in the finals, right? She went all the way to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's something, man. She's
no joke.
No.
Her burnouts, though, have me very, very scared. But she gets
oh, my goodness. This girl, they will burn a car down in that burnout. He must go through a set of tires every week.
I don't know how they continue to do things with the burnouts they're doing, but
it works. They got to figure it out.
Whatever they're doing is working for them.
Yeah. They're a perfect example of make the tune fit how you treat the car, right?
Yes, so
whatever they're doing, it works
because they're not slow.
No, not in Outlaw and not in 13.5.
No. Her husband, man, they get it done.
Yeah. So. Good job, Stephanie. Good job, Jonathan. Jonathan's a driver anyways, though. So
Jonathan Schultz.
Yep. See, there's one. I'll bet he ran Outlaw. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just runs 13.
Jonathan Schultz?
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Yeah, so there you go. There's one that ran both.
Yeah, which I disagree with running both classes, but until there's a rule, then people are going to do it.
That's interesting. So one thing I took away from his race, because it was in the middle of the street, he couldn't have a timing system. It was another instant green light. And I'll tell you something. Personal experience. When you know what other people are running, it takes away from it. When you go to Kyle's race, like the one we just went to is a perfect example. Between Colin and myself, and let's say Mark Vine and a few other guys, Kelly, who ended up winning it. God, there's a bunch of fast dudes that night. Jeez, I can't remember his name. Chuck
Chris was fast. Chuck was fast.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bunch of fast dudes. So, but the beauty of it is you.
Kyle and Riley were fast.
Yeah. You don't
had some bad luck, but
you don't see anyone's times. You have no idea. They just run it and you watch. And I'll tell you something else. When you're standing on the side of the track or the road or whatever you call it, and you watch someone else's car go by, it seems hella fast. And then you run yours, and it doesn't seem as fast. Uh-huh. Always, I had people all day tell me, no, dude, your car is way faster than that. Really? And it don't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it at all.
I had no idea. I didn't even have GNSS in my car all day in San Diego. I didn't even.
Yeah, I didn't turn mine on at all until I ran it when I ran the grudge race with Mark. I ran it there because we had some time. You know what I mean? And I thought, I knew I was pouring. I knew I was making it nasty. So I'm like, let's just see what it'll do on this road. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I mean, I think it'll go.
I didn't even know what my car would run.
But it was beautiful
I also
because
didn't know what anybody else's car was running.
Right.
That was the beauty of it.
Right. And it made us tune the cars differently and act differently, and whether we were way off and weren't even close or we were way above everybody else, it didn't matter. It still felt exciting and fun.
Exactly.
Timing, and I've said this, my God, if you listen to one of these shows, I don't know how you haven't heard me say it from the beginning. Timing systems will be the death of this. They will be.
Yep.
Instant green is what it's about. It's not about the ET. Run your GNSS, like I said, so you can have a reference point, and when you make a tune change or whatever, you know if you've gone faster or not, if you have to do that. That's cool. But
letting your competitors know what you're running only hurts the races.
Yeah.
And hurts your chances, honestly.
I just gave you guys a gift, all you guys who run races out there. I think I did. A little freebie gift of, hey, if you videotape the top 16 doing the draws and all that, it'll be more exciting. Get more people into your races. It's all look better, right? That's a cool thing. So do me this favor. Even if you're running a timing system because you're like, well, we need to run it so we know who wins and loses. It's easier than the video camera. I can argue with you all day because I've raced with Mark Vine and all these other guys on a road, and we're all fast, and we use video cameras, and it's no problem. Zero problem. Never.
If it is a problem, you rerun the race.
Yeah.
Even more excitement.
Yeah. I've only seen that one time ever that we couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Timing systems, So, but if you have to run it because you feel like you need that win-loss thing or whatever, that's cool. Just don't print, don't pull, don't show, don't do any times for anyone.
We've been to the races where they say, oh, yeah, we're not giving out times, but you can walk over to the computer and they'll tell you what time you're running.
Yeah, none.
Everybody's standing around and here's the same fucking thing.
Right, everybody looks.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, no times. Take them away. Your race will be so much better. I'm telling you.
Yep.
I mean, I could even acquiesce. Woo, Tim's got the big words today. I could even acquiesce to agree to, like, okay, if you're going to do, like, let's say a Thursday or a Friday practice, maybe you hand the times out or whatever there.
That's fine.
That's okay. I'm still not a fan of it, but it's okay. I get it.
Right.
But when the race starts, it should be nothing. It should be racing. Right. That's it. No ETs. No ETs.
No ETs through practice. No ETs during eliminations at all.
Or qualifying or whatever you do.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I think none. I think you just do instant green all the time.
Anybody.
Yeah, when you're doing testing or practice or whatever, you shouldn't even have the clocks on. It should just be an open lane.
Yep.
Go up, set the car down, run it. Pick it up, and go on with your business.
It's up to you to figure out how fast your car is going, if that change made a difference or not.
Ah, man, don't. Oh, my God. It would please everybody make this change. Trust me on this one.
Now, I have an aside to this.
Either make the change or we're going to make it for you.
Well, I as far as like local club events and that sort of thing, having a bracket class requires having a timing system, and I'm fully in support of bracket racing.
But normal MPRC races, we don't have that.
Correct.
So I don't care about that. I mean, I get it.
Fully in support of bracket racing for getting people into the hobby. And actually, bracket racing is a hell of a lot of fun, as long as it's separate from the outlaw racing. It's two different things. Mm-hmm. Keep it separate, and you can have your timing system for your bracket racing or your testing and this sort of thing. But for an outlaw race, no times, no miles per hour, nothing. Mm-hmm. Win or lose, you're on your own to figure out if your car actually went faster. It's an $89 GNSS that will tell you that.
Yeah.
You have $1,500 into your fucking car. What's another $89 for a GNSS?
Huh?
That's it.
Yeah, I know.
No times, no mile per hour at an outlaw race.
Zero. Zip. Nada.
Not even in practice.
Nope.
That's it.
Are we done with it?
It's simple.
I know.
It's simple.
I know.
How can we make that a rule? How can we make that spread across the country? I see not everybody. I see so many people wanting to have times and miles per hour. I want to know how fast I'm going. Well, stop stroking yourself and worrying about how fast you're going, and worry about winning the race.
Yeah.
And then I see people talking about Pro Tree versus Instant Green. That's a whole other subject.
That's track racing, kids. Go to the track.
This is outlaw. Instant Green, no times, win or lose.
Bunch of effing yuppies trying to yuppie it up.
Done.
All right. Give me a question. Give me a question.
If you're no good on an Instant Green tree, get good at an Instant Green tree.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. So I got 4/10 built in.
There you go.
I've
reduced my my friends list on Facebook.
Nice.
Tonight.
Good job. I need some open slots. I got a bunch of people waiting. I added somebody else. Like whenever an open slot comes in, I just scroll through I have a list of them, waiting. And I just click on one. One had like 48 weeks on it. And the guy's like, dude, thanks. I'm like, 48 weeks, bro?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
On Facebook, when they want to be your friend, they click on there. I'm always full at 5,000. And so once it drops down a couple, I scroll through that little list, and then I, take a few, accept a couple. And I got one the other day. The guy had been waiting for 45 weeks, and he made sure to let me know that. 45 weeks.
Almost a year.
You've been waiting for this
almost a year.
This ride for 45 weeks, bro? Dude. You can follow me for free.
Popular, so I don't have that problem.
Fucking 48 weeks. Thanks, bro. Sure, man. Sorry I waited so long. I don't know. 48 weeks.
Okay. Elvis Cree.
Elvis.
What is the benefit of being a sponsored driver when you travel but still meet up with local drivers for list races, etc.? In my experiences, you work super hard on your car all week, practice daily, and still all you hear is, well, they get everything for free. They should be fast. When in reality, nothing's free. We just work our ass off on our cars.
Well, that goes back to that same you were talking about, where these people think that anyone who says they're sponsored is getting a bunch of shit for free. They're not getting a bunch of shit for free.
Virtually nobody.
All these kind of guys are getting 20%, 25s. You know what I mean? They're getting a nickel, getting a core.
Yep.
They're just doing it because they like. I look at it this way: you're gonna buy the product anyways, right? So if someone said, "Hey, I'll give you a 20% off discount," okay.
If you believe in the product, you're going to buy in it.
Right.
Buy it anyways.
That's what I'm saying. So
if you don't get that little small deal on it, are you still going to buy it?
I don't know. There's a lot of jealousy out there.
If not, you probably don't believe in the product anyway, and you probably shouldn't be a sponsored driver.
That was the point of my ones above. MaxAmps, all those. I bought that battery and all that stuff before. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then went to them like, hey, let's do something. I plan on being important in this world.
So, RJ Dittmer. I hear a lot of guys say they don't have time for maintenance during the week. I always say break it down into small chunks. 30 minutes on the front one night, 30 minutes on the rear one night. Shocks another, batteries another night, and so on.
Yep.
I got my car after every race, test session, etc., and clean and rebuild everything.
Oof.
I have kids, full-time job, etc. How far do you take your maintenance in between runs, races, test sessions, etc.? And what's the biggest single maintenance thing you found to keep your car consistent?
We should have had him on tonight.
He'd be a good one to have on, actually.
Yeah.
He's been around a long time.
I do. I don't have a number of passes where I draw the line and do a rebuild. But I would say, God, it's almost once a month right now because of so much testing. You know what I mean? I want the cars to be fresh, and I want them to be, more than anything, I want them to be consistent. So we went and raced. I mean, we had our big race, right? And then I tested right after that with you. And then I tested again like the next week. And then we came back and I've rebuilt both cars completely right now. And now they're just waiting to go back out again. As far as maintenance, go ahead. Sorry.
Things like shocks. It's not like off-road where the shocks are seeing a lot of action and dirt.
Yeah, I try not to mess with anything, really.
Yeah.
More than anything.
As long as you bleed your shocks, like if you're flying here and there, you want to bleed your shocks before you start running because they build pressure.
Yeah.
Or lose pressure or whatever.
The diff, I'm still learning how long I can run before it starts really breaking it down. But it seems like I'm cleaning out and replacing way earlier than I probably really even need to.
Is your diff fluid still clear?
Yeah.
Then you don't need to replace it.
Yeah, it still looks pretty good.
Yeah. The amount of action that our diffs and our shocks are seeing is so much less than what an off-road vehicle where all of this equipment was designed for. Mm-hmm. It's seeing far less action than what those components were designed for. That the maintenance on that kind of thing, you want to make sure that you're bleeding your shocks and they're full and all that kind of stuff. But changing the oil in that, and then your diff, as long as it's not leaking and it feels like it's still the same, I guarantee that your diff isn't changing. You don't need to maintain that every week,
right?
In drag race,
right?
I
agree.
Don't. You want to check other things. You want to check all the screws.
Fucking screws.
You want to check
screws.
Make sure your motor's good. Clean your bearings. That sort of thing. But shocks and diff.
Sensor board on your fucking motor. Make sure that's screwed down tight. All that shit comes so loose. These cars wobble and bang themselves to death because, again, if you don't get these tires really, really well mounted, I mean fucking well mounted, they vibrate. It's going to vibrate the car. Just pull screws out everywhere. I mean, every race, every time I run the car, like we come home from a test, I certainly clean the entire car. It's stripped down. All the wheels are pulled off like that, you know. Clean it really good. Spray it all down with CowRC stuff. Get it all cleaned in between. Get all the grub out of it. I'll usually oil any external bearings I can get to. Obviously, there's a few internal in the trans I can't, so I don't deal with those. And then, I mean, I do this. I've started this habit at races now. In between each round, I go through and put a wrench on every single screw on the car, every chassis screw, because, man, I've actually come back and looked at my car and the whole screw's missing. You're just like, what the fuck? I mean, in one run, it took the whole entire screw out? Yep. Somehow it did. So yeah, that's become a new habit of going back over. I'm finding that I have to do more maintenance between because the faster this car has gotten, the more it beats itself up. It's just eating itself alive out there. I mean, dude, this is still a fucking buggy transmission with buggy arms and buggy shocks, right? And I'm going 80 miles an hour with this stupid ass thing. So
they're harmonics.
Yeah.
Within that chassis and transmission.
No slipper.
Wheels and tires.
Yeah, I'm just locking it down, crank it out. Yeah, maximum.
People don't understand how we are stressing this kind of stuff to get what we're getting out of it.
Brutal. So yeah, I just, that's become my new thing, is honestly just going through and checking for looseness of everything. That seems to be my downfall. Is I've come home. I came home from the last test day. The last hit I put on it, the car kind of moved him. I was like, that was weird. Like, it's been dead straight all day. I came home and cleaned it, and I found all kinds of loose shit in it. Like, dude, it loosened the fuck out of itself somewhere along there, and I wasn't staying on top of it. Like, when I'm testing, sometimes I get caught up in, working on cars and helping other people, and and I wasn't staying on top of tightening and checking chassis. And yeah, man, they're crazy how quick they'll loosen their shit up. So yeah, for me, it's become
how much twisting and force is put on that chassis.
Yeah,
and every component on it, that stuff's going to loosen up. So you just got to check it regularly.
This has been the most violent car I've ever driven. I mean, I've driven some cars.
Also the fastest.
No, I've driven faster cars. I mean, faster RC cars than this, quicker.
Well, I mean, drag, no prep.
No prep, yes. I mean, my one cell cars, even on no prep, are faster. But
well, yeah.
But I'm just saying that these cars are violent. There's a lot of moving parts in these cars. You know, the Pro Stock cars were made to be less moving parts, minimum moving parts.
Right.
Less is better when you're trying to do this kind of shit to it. And so that was my theory with speedruns too. That's why I went with a 2-wheel drive. I thought less is more here. I don't want drive lines and belts and bullshit everywhere and fucking spools. And no, that's too much shit that's going to move.
Right.
So, all right, give me another question. We got to go, dude. We're going forever.
We've gone really, really, really long. But I've got one more
3 hours
question/comment that I want to make.
Okay.
And I'm not going to touch on anyone else's stuff.
Okay.
NPRC rules have come into question recently.
Oh, really?
A lot of talk about it. What is the update on NPRC rules for 2022?
Well, I can tell you this time tomorrow the committee is meeting. That's all I can tell you about that. I mean, it's that time of year. Like I've told everybody, in January, the rules roll over at the end of the year if there's any adjustments. And we, this new team that's brought in Greg Bridgewater and Jared, have joined in. So we have a planned meeting tomorrow night, right? Am I right? Tomorrow night.
That's what I believe.
We have a planned meeting tomorrow night where we will be beginning the review of the current 2021 rules, and we'll let the battles begin. Every man for himself. Said, we've
been watching and listening to what everybody wants and sees and what's been going on. So that kind of stuff will be discussed with the best interests of the no prep racing in mind.
Absolutely. It's all about growing and continuing this sport, giving it a rock solid foundation so that no matter what goes on or changes occur, it's here. And I mean, we're pretty close. The things we're going to look at in the rules, honestly, in my mind, I don't know what other people's thoughts are. But to me, it's probably going to be more clarity. Read through a rule and talk about what do you think that means? What do you think that means? Well, let's write it so that we all think it means the same thing. How about that? So there's going to be
defining.
There's going to be some of that.
What each rules mean.
I don't see much changing. Perhaps I would love to see some things go away. I like less rules. It's just my way. I don't know of any product or anything that's come up this year that we're addressing. Do you? I mean, nothing really.
No,
we're all just racing rubber tires. So no one cares about the air in the tire versus foam. Nobody cares about the quantity of Voodoos that are available. None of that really matters to anybody. We don't care about sidewalls. We don't. I can imagine someone's going to probably want to talk about front wheels because there's been a lot of different front wheels in 3D printing.
That's one thing that's just.
But I really don't care either way. Yeah. Again, remember, it always comes back to this one phrase, and I'm going to say this a lot tomorrow night, is does it give a competitive advantage that someone else can't achieve? Does it? If the answer is no, then it doesn't matter, right? And for me, front tires, I mean, I still like the idea of okay, no O-rings, but whatever. If you're going to 3D print a cool looking wheel and if I can do it, who cares? But that's
I'm going to throw something out there right now.
Mm-hmm. Probably shouldn't even talk about this, but
this probably shouldn't be said on air, but the diameter of the front wheel may not be an advantage. But if you reduce the diameter of the front wheel, you can lower the body down further, which
Okay.
is an advantage.
Okay, well, size of the wheel, yes, that might sure.
So-
Size might come in. I was more addressing the 3D printed wheels that are out by a few different companies and that kind of thing. Because I've seen people get all pissy about, oh, it's supposed to have a foam insert and blah blah blah. And obviously, it's not if it's made that way. I get it. Of course, it's not. I mean, Proline makes one that's obviously it wasn't made to have a piece of foam in it.
Right.
But the DEs came out and they put a little strip of foam in there just to get into the rule, and which was very kind of them to do, honestly, because they could have just put that thing out and F you. I don't care. I mean, I would have backed him on it. I think it's a great front wheel.
The only rule.
The problem
on
was
the
it's just
front
too
tire
damn
needs
tall.
to be the diameter.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only rule that needs to be.
I agree, because if you keep that up, you keep the bodies up, you keep the bodies looking real. One rule affects a bunch of stuff.
Right.
So yeah,
So
those
there you go.
kinds of things.
You can make a rule for one thing, but that rule will affect so many other things down the line.
Yep.
You need to think about all of those things when making a rule. And when the rules are decided for 2022 for the no prep scene, that will be thought about in the best interests of no prep drag racing.
Absolutely. I can assure you, you guys are going to be all so happy when you hear this. I assure you this because I got you here to start with. I am super good. I get paid a ton of money in my real life to do this exact thing. To take a process or an item, figure out all the tentacles, those are the words we use for them, the tentacles it has to other things. How does it affect those other things? You granulize each one of those and determine which way you can go. I'm super good at this. I am a paid professional at this. So believe me, you guys, I have your best interest at heart, and we're going to go into this and we're going to tighten it up even more and make it even better if that's possible.
We have to.
Don't be shocked if we come out with no more timings allowed.
Oh, boy.
I can't say that. We didn't have a rule or anything like that.
I could make a
I think
front tire that's 1 inch in diameter that would meet all of the current rules with
Absolutely.
the foam inside it and all that bullshit.
Yep.
You know how fast people would be crying about that?
Oh, yeah. No.
Because they're not focused on what the rule is actually intended for.
Right. There's a lot being affected there. That was a great example.
You got to think further on down the line as to why people are doing what they're doing. Stop being focused on what the rule actually says so much.
I know.
If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Do you want to give me another question, or are we done?
No.
That's it?
No, I got steak to cook.
Fuck yeah. Right on.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
TSR Speech Up RC podcast featured item of the week. Oh, I don't have one on today. I thought I did. The MaxAmps hoodie. You can get this sweet-ass hoodie for $24.99. It'll keep you warm all winter long. $24.99 for a hoodie. And it says MaxAmps. It's not bad, really. Not bad. I paid more for hats. So, MaxAmps hoodie. I always like to talk about it around this time because it gets cold and we need something warm to wear. And I'm sure you guys seen photos of me in my MaxAmps $24.99 keep you warm all winter long hoodie. So go check it out on the MaxAmps.com website. All right. Dude, we have a special treat for you guys. Fucking special treat for you guys right now. And it's really not even a treat. It's really become more of an annual event. And where I kind of blew it, Colin, was I should have had you pull up background music.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You're really going there right now?
Yeah, it's time to sing. So as you guys know, every year I write a new Christmas song. I'm going to sing it by myself. I don't care. It's my show. I'll go.
I got to find the words.
So this year I rewrote.
This was going to be ignored.
No way. I hurried just to get to it. I rewrote my Christmas song this year and changed it a little bit because sponsors change and things change. So, you know, you got to have a new Christmas song. Now, man, I wish we had. Do you think I could get a Christmas background song right now for Jingle Bells?
If I had known ahead of time, I would have. But
Jingle
you sent
Bells?
this to me like 5 minutes before we went on air.
Hold on. I think I can see. Wait, I think I got it. Hang on. And just like that, you guys don't even know. It was like a quick second. So I got it, Colin. I got us some music. You ready?
I'm going to apologize ahead of time.
Colin's not going to sing some of the songs or some of the song because it interferes with his sponsorship deals. So he's contractually obligated to not say these names. So he'll sing around them.
I got the chorus and I will nail it.
All right. You going to do it by yourself or do I got to join you for the chorus?
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Here we go. Let's see how this plays out. I think I got a Christmas song here for us. Merry Christmas, everybody. Ready? Here it comes. Ready? I don't know when we should start.
I don't know.
Wait. It doesn't seem right.
You should have started. I think you should have started right at the start.
All right, we'll try again. You're
going to have to edit this part.
Nah. Ready?
Yeah.
Bashing through the snow in a MaxAmps powered ride. Over the streets we go. Team MaClan by my side. Voodoo's barking loud. Instant green is light. What fun it is to hang and race with my RC friends tonight. Oh, RC cars, better get out of the way. This thing will do 80 miles an hour and hit you in the leg. Hey, RC cars, you better get out of the way. This thing will do 80 miles an hour and hit you in the leg. That's it. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, God, that was so bad. I am never going to get through the end of this one.
Bashing through the snow in a MaxAmps powered ride. Over the streets we go. Teams MaClan by my side. Voodoo's barking loud. Instant green is the light. What fun it is to hang and race with my RC friends tonight. Oh, RC cars, better get out of the way. These things will do 80 miles an hour and hit you in the leg. Hey, that's it. Right on. God. All right, everybody. One last time, thank you to MaxAmps, MKS Servos, MaClan Racing, CowRC. Of course, all you awesome fans out there, we love you all. I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas. Maybe we'll see you before the new year, but we don't know how that's going to go. We'll see. And sorry we couldn't get you, Ray. He's somewhere up in the sky. I don't know. We waited as long as we could, dude. We did almost a 4-hour show. We can't do any more. That's it.
This is a long one.
Whew. All right, everybody. We love you. We'll see you later.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Bye.
Inside me, lead me on my way. Oh Lord, live inside me, lead me on my way. Lead me home, lead me home. Oh Lord, in the darkness, lead me on my way. Oh Lord, in the darkness, lead me on my way. Lead me home, lead me home. Oh Lord, heaven's waiting, open up your door. Oh Lord, heaven's waiting, open up your door, lead me home.